two brothers and gamers that have been playing games since the early 1980s. Combined, they have over 65 years experience. Join them each week as they discuss and rant about gaming and entertainment news. This is Generation X Gaming.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week, another episode of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. Episode 422. This will be the last episode of Generation X Gaming in the year 2024. Go back, watch Season 10. The next time you see us, it'll be 2025. It'll be it'll be January 2nd, and it'll be Season 11 of Generation X Gaming. What's going on, Chad? What's going on, Sarge? How's everyone doing? You there? I like the hat there, Sarge.
I'm here. Yeah.
I didn't grab a Santa hat. I totally forgot this is the last episode, and I don't even know where the fucking hat is. So
Seriously, bro.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
You got zero holiday spirit. You got a train set up for Christmas?
We have a village with zero. I got houses decorated. We got a goddamn Christmas village.
No train around the village.
I can't fit a train. Can't fit a train.
All size trains for all size occasions.
Can't fit a train. You've seen my house. Can't fit a train.
I get a trolley goes back and forth like this.
We have a porcelain train that sits up in the town, but that's about it. Last year we had a Lego train that went back and forth.
I like the little Christmas village stuff. My problem is there's too many different companies, and I like the ones that have the decorated lights in the actual molding and they light up from the beginning instead of you trying to put stuff on there, right?
I want to get the Harry Potter Lego train and then put the engine in there, like the motor, and then have that go through the town because it fits the town. I personally want to take
Christmas Village is usually O scale, but I think it's HO though. It's HO.
No, ours would need. Ours would need to be bigger.
If you're doing the same scale.
Yeah, the same scale would be your set that you have, which is what, G scale?
Mine's G scale, so it's big.
It would be one below that. What's the one below that?
O. Below G is O.
Oh.
That's Lionel.
I like you're like,
call it,
oh.
They call it Lionel scale. You can call it Lionel.
What's going on, chat? Welcome back to episode 422 of Generation X Gaming, a weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories in the past week, and we rant along the way. We're live here Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on 30NSG. You can also listen to us or watch us over on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Anchor.fm. We're all podcasts. We're far behind. I'm going to fix that this weekend, and then we'll be all caught up for the year. We have stories, Sarge, but I figured because it's the last show of the year.
The year in review.
Yeah, we do what happened this year? Like what games came out, what you like, what you hate, what movies came out, what movies did you hate, right? Like just what the fuck happened in 2024? Like gone.
I know a couple of things that blew by that I was supposed to pay attention to and I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I forgot a lot of movies came out. I forgot a lot of I don't know, there's some games that came out that I didn't even know came out. 2025 is going to be a big year, but before we go to 2025 and before I'm
thinking if I should do train psychoticness this year or not. I'm trying to think.
Oh, for the kid.
If I'm trying to think where I can go. There's too many lights in the yard. I don't think I can do the same thing I did before.
We Sarge has an awesome train set, Melrose. Like he has a couple of G scale trains that he sets up for my son and for the nieces and nephews and stuff that come over.
But they're too big now. They're too big.
They still care about it.
They're too big.
They play with it for 45 minutes, and then they're like,
I set the scale when they were younger, so they remember it when they were a kid, type of thing. I did my job.
Right, and then you started scaling it down every year
because they don't care.
Yeah, they're just like, it's a circle now.
Right.
Yeah. Every time I go to Epcot though, right after Germany, right? They have that train set.
They never fix that thing.
What do you mean?
They never upkeep it or do anything new with it. It's just some dude.
Oh no, they add stuff to it.
Throw shit in the fucking park. That's all they do.
No. They fix it and stuff.
Every time I've gone there, it's the same shit.
No, they've changed it.
Every
They've
time.
added more buildings and whatnot. Anyway, they have a nice little setup, and every time I go there, I'm like,
My set's better than their set.
I want to build a set like that in the backyard, like the rocks, the levels things, with the water coming
Well,
down.
you have the yard for that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I always want to do it. So before we get into the year in review and whatnot, what have you been playing? I've been playing a lot of different things, Sarge, since the last time we talked. Because last week we had Greg Owen Kingard on the show for the Game Awards.
That was such a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I understand why Astrobot won. I don't like it, but that just sealed the deal for me. Like the award show doesn't mean anything anymore. All it is basically, I'm skipping back my brain. I'm just watching it for the ads of the actual games coming out. That's it.
Right. That's all it is. It's the ad awards.
I don't care about the awards anymore.
Yeah, it's Keeley's ad awards. That's what it is. There's so many freaking awards, and I would like to look at it and see from a grand total of like how many people had a speech like that accepted a reward. There's like 25 categories, and I think 5, maybe 7 people like talked. Everybody else was like boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. All right, we gotta show more games. Let's show more games.
I mean, I get it. He's just trying to generate revenue. I'm happy for him, but I don't take the fact that it's an award show seriously anymore at all. I just look at it as advertising for games that are coming out. That's cool. That's completely fine.
All right, well, let's do the last time chat. Grab your headphones, lower the volume.
Yeah, lower your volume.
We have the what have we been playing? I don't know if I'm going to fix that. I like the loudness of it. So, the last week, Sarge, of 2024, what we've been playing. So, what have you been playing?
Glad you asked. I went on a game finding mission.
Okay.
And I didn't realize, I talked to Brain Eclipse a couple weeks back, and I didn't realize that the Final Fantasy 12 was redone and released on PC and Xbox outside of the PlayStation release.
Okay.
So they fixed a bunch of stuff and they did it. So I went and found, oh my God, it's so bright.
Just flashbang the chat. Just flashbanged them.
I found out where it was. So I got an actual
Final
hard copy of Final Fantasy 12. Right. And I will say this, the reason why I got it, besides buying myself a Christmas present, is the fact that I never finished it. I never actually finished it. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember the time frame.
So you're playing a old game, new to you, in 2024. That is how many years old?
Oh, I don't know. When did this game come out?
What does it say in the back?
When did this game come out?
It should say at the bottom right-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner. Or we can look it up on Google.
I'm looking for a year.
Or Krebsy will answer.
The date on this will be when this came out, not when the original game came out.
Oh, right, because this
is the remake,
right.
the redone. Yeah, it's old. It's old. So
the clip says a 2005 or something. There you go.
Right. So I will say this: when I remember playing it on the PlayStation,
2006 is when it came out.
When I played it on PlayStation 2, I really enjoyed it, but it was so grainy. Right. And some of the areas were dark. And so it was dark and grainy. And it was like, I stopped paying attention after a while. And I'm like, I can't even see my guys. And then some other stuff was happening back then. Probably a lot of drugs, if I remember correctly. 2005.
Yeah, 2005. Yeah, that's what
happened. Yeah, 2005. A lot of going out and partying. And so like, I never finished it. Right. So after all the talk this year about games coming out broke and games coming out messed up and the rehashes and the remakes and the redos and all this stuff, I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? There's a couple games I never really actually finished. So I went and found it. Right. And so I'm playing it now. I'm about 35 hours in. Right. And I understand that the Gambit system, I finally understood what Brain Clips was talking about. Once you set up the Gambit system properly, you're basically I'm just walking around and I don't have to hit any buttons because the combat is not you walking around and then it goes and it goes into a battle mode. Like creatures, it's like Final Fantasy 14. Creatures are just walking around. You're just walking around and you attack them, right? So I have my gambit set up to where nearest enemy, everybody else targets with the leader targets.
Right.
And so it's just nuke fest. And I'm just wandering around. So right now I'm doing a little bit of grinding, trying to level up my money and armor stuff to go to the next area because I think I'm just about in the right spot. So I'm playing the crap out of that. I haven't played any Hell Let Loose last couple weeks. I think Final Fantasies took over everything. I'm still debating whether or not I want this early access
For Path of Exile 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing that. I'm level 12.
Are you playing it?
I am. Yeah, I'm playing. I'm level 12.
Are you playing on a PC or
I'm playing on console, but it doesn't matter because it's cross play, cross progression. So if you're playing on PC and I'm playing, you can play with each other.
So I'm thinking about it. Like
it's the 12 levels that I've put in so far, which is maybe 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours that I've put in so far. I'm really liking it. It's slow going. It's slow pace, right? And what I mean slow pace.
Well, they're not supposed to just go nutty and
right. I never really played Path of Exile 1. Okay. I'm a mercenary right now. Okay. I don't have any footage or anything. I'm a mercenary, so that's the guy with the crossbow that I'm using. Okay. Right now, I have a piercing shot. I have a ice shot. I have I basically unlocked a bunch of different things.
I'm guessing your range.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm a ranged crossbow. Very methodical. I'm just clearing. I'm opening up the whole map. Opening up the whole thing. Clearing the map is basically what I'm doing. I'm just killing everything on the map. And then anytime I come across a door, I'll go in the door. Okay, and then I'll hit the waypoint of the next level, and then I'll go back into the board that I'm clearing, and then I'll just clear the whole thing.
Old school farming.
Yeah, I'm not picking up everything. Okay. I'm only picking up things that I need as far as the little I don't even know what they're called. The things that you can create
the gems.
Yeah, the gems. And then the other currency that I'm picking up. Again, sorry, I don't know the name of the stuff. So I'm just methodically clearing out. There's some really cool boss fights so far. Really cool boss fights. And I'm only in level 12. Just some of the stuff of the boss fights that happen and the way the mechanics are and the way they come in, the voice acting, the sound effects, just everything about it so far. I'm like, man, this is good. It's good. Everything's voice acted. Everything's I died twice. I died once since the last time I said I died. Okay. And I died the first time, which is last night after we got done streaming Battlefront 2 last night. I was like, let me play for a little bit. I wanted to clear the rest of this board. I was tired. Okay. And I started dozing off.
I have fallen asleep with the controller in my hand several times this week.
Yeah. I was tired. I was playing. And then all of a sudden I felt my eyes closing. And then all of a sudden I died. I was like, no! I got killed by like just a small pack of werewolves or whatever. So that was the first time I died, and that was at level 10, right? And then now I'm like level 12, and I died.
Another classic case of GWS.
Well, this one sucked. The second time I died. So there's little checkpoints around the map that you can find. Okay, if you get close enough, it'll give you a checkpoint. So if you die, you'll end up at the checkpoint. But if you don't find the checkpoint and you find a checkpoint across the map, and then you die, well, then you die, and then you have to walk your ass back. But then everything resets. So there's like a whole bunch of guys there again. So I was fighting like this mini boss that came out of the ground. It was like this worm creature with like a bunch of tentacles that came out. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And he had shields on, and I was trying to flutter around, and he hit me so hard, right? I had a smidgen of health, and then someone just touched me. I was like, and then I had to go back. But overall, I'm having a blast with this game. Just slow, methodical.
Did you write your 37 essay emails about how pissed off you are that the game's too hard for you?
No,
you didn't do that.
No.
Did you get somebody else? Did you pay somebody else to write the emails for you?
No, I didn't do that either. So right now I'm level 12. I'm fighting level 12 creatures or whatnot. The boss fights, like I said, are pretty interesting. Lots of AOE. They'll like stun you. They'll shoot stuff. other minions come out. There was like this dungeon I went into, like this crypt that I went into, and there was like a husband and wife that you're fighting, like demons or whatever. At first, I fought the wife, and then I fought the husband, and they're like calling each other to help. So like they like manifest like these circles on the ground, and they're like smaller, and they keep getting bigger and bigger, and you have to like keep rolling out of it. And then he does like this spread attack that you have to like dodge them.
So actual boss mechanics that you
Yeah,
have
there's
to
a lot of
memorize
boss mechanics
in order to survive.
Yeah, for each and every single one. Another cool boss fight I just did, and I forget the area I'm in. I forget the name. This creature comes out of this ground, and he picks up. What are you doing?
I'm listening.
He picks up this this giant urn. Okay, and before he does that, I'm sorry. He gets up and he starts to fight you, and there's like this door that shuts behind you, and then you're like stuck behind the area. He comes running past you and busts down the other door. And then there's these two doors, okay? And chat, maybe if you played...
This is not a cutscene. This is happening in-game?
This is happening in-game. This is a boss fight. So he comes out of the ground. You fight him in this small little section first, right? Then he runs through this door, and then there's a door and then another door. And you have to go into the door with him, and it's a very small area. And he just starts, like, swinging, and you have to, like, keep rolling and dodging or whatnot until he busts open the next door. Okay, then he grabs this giant urn and like runs out the door after he busts down the door, and then he runs out into the regular world, like where you just came from, and there's like tentacles and like vines everywhere, and he's right. So then you get to this smaller section, okay, and then he just starts swinging and smashing the urn, and then you're dodging the urn while you're doing this, and I was like, this is cool. So within this small period of time, the boss fight has shifted from like a bell. That's what it was. It wasn't an urn. It was a bell. That's correct. Right. So in this small period of time, you're fighting in the main area where you first get him. Right. Then you get him in this small little section. Then he goes out to the regular world and brings you and funnels you into this little like cove area. And I was like, what a cool little boss fight. I was like, it wasn't just an area. It just wasn't one big area and you're running around in a circle. It was really cool. And that was just one fight.
So I'm just curious. Hang on one second. Okay, Chad. So whoever is here right now, if you actually are playing Path of Exile 2, put a 1 in chat, please. I just want to get I want to just get like a little feeling here what you guys are doing. Give me a 1 in chat.
Groot. No, he wasn't Groot. He was like,
give me a 1 in chat if you guys are actually playing Path of Exile 2. Who in chat is playing it right now?
Just as far as I am, the monk is so damn hard. Yeah, I'm like I said, range is pretty simple. All I do, basically, my whole thing is I just start moving backwards, right? You'll have a huge
button next to that,
horde.
Krebsy. It's the button next to that one.
Yeah, Krebsy doesn't play anything. Like he plays nothing.
So he's just bitter. Just
He's
yelling.
He's just bitter and angry. Yeah.
All right. Let me change the question real quick. All right, hold on to your thought. I don't want you to lose your train of thought because I know we're getting old now. All right, Krebsy, what are you playing right now? I'm just curious. Like, what are you playing to fulfill your entertainment need for video games? What do you play?
I think he plays a little bit of COD.
Go continue.
I think he plays a little COD, and I think he plays a little bit of Grand Theft Auto.
I want Uncle Sarge to make sure everyone's doing okay.
Yeah. So when I'm the mercenary, I'm basically what happens is I move forward, and then a horde of group comes at me, and I have to start backtracking a little bit. The aiming is a little off, and I don't know what it is, Sarge. I don't know if it's the auto aim that's happening or if it's the analog stick itself.
Hitboxes?
Well, no, it like auto fixates on certain people sometimes when I'm not pointing in that direction. It like locks on auto target. Again, I have to go back into options and see if I haven't done it yet, if I can shut it off or whatnot. But it's really good right now. Like I feel like the difference, and we just started playing Path of Exile 1 a couple weeks ago. Way that
it blows it away, right?
Yeah. The way the flasks work now, much better. The way you insert gear or gems into things, much better. I don't know, everything about it. The dodging, the dodge. Okay. Oh, the second time I died, when I was trying to dodge roll, I got stuck in a group of people and I couldn't get out and I died. That's how the second time.
So you can't roll out. You can't roll out if you're surrounded.
You can, but I think I got stuck up on some vines or whatever while they hit me. There was bigger guys. It wasn't smaller mobs. It was a big guy. He hit me pretty hard, and then I was stuck with the small mob on one side.
Is there some kind of thorn based weapon thing that if people attack you, that you do damage to them, so you can combat the whole fact of you being surrounded by guys? Have you found a build like that yet? I'm
No.
just curious.
Me personally, the build I have right now is I have a rapid shot. It's piercing rounds that knocks down the shields. It's like a 12 shot.
You keep saying shields. What's a shield?
They have shields on them. Certain characters have a blue.
Shield?
They have a blue shield on them.
Oh, you're talking about like a mythical shield, like
they have a shield on them.
Source around them.
So I have my piercing rounds that knock their shields down. Okay, it's a 12 shot.
So what's the shield?
What do you mean?
Curious. Well, I'm not trying to be like a dick, but like your armor is your armor. So what is the fucking shield? Like,
well, Koki, I got stuck today. Like it was literally this afternoon when I got stuck and rolled and tried to.
So what's the shield? I don't understand the shield.
Some bosses or some characters.
So is it like a little?
They're just harder bosses. They're like elite guys with shields on.
So you and the enemy have a shield.
No, I don't have a shield. There's no shield with me.
There's no shield. You just have life.
I just have life and armor that you put on yourself, right? Okay. My piercing rounds knock down their shields before I can do damage to them. I have to knock the shield down before I do it. So I have a piercing round shot of 12 shots that just rapid fire. Bah, 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 bah. It knocks the shields down. Once the shields are down, I swap to, all depending on what the character is that I'm going up against, I have a flame, like a shotgun spray of flame. I have a shotgun spray of ice. And then I have an impact shot, which is a single round, but it's devastating. It's like 2 taps, most of the guys, but it's a single shot. So what I do is if it's a big group coming towards me, I spread shot with ice, and it usually freezes them, and then I run around to the side, and then I shoot my piercing shot through them all, and then they just all shattered and blow up. Right, so that's how I get rid of a lot of mobs, or I just keep moving backwards. And I just do the one shot of the piercing.
So you can move backwards and fire forwards.
Yeah, you can keep firing while you're going backwards and stuff like that. So far for the $30, it's definitely worth it.
Early access.
Yeah, and again, I don't. I'm not even at the part yet where you like craft weapons or anything like that. So I'm liking it a lot. I'm playing that. Are you playing something else that you want to talk about, or do you want me to go to the next one I'm playing?
You can go on.
All right. The other game I'm playing is I'm playing Marvel Rivals. I really like Marvel Rivals.
I'm watching all kinds of videos on it. I see everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention to this nonsense about the whole who's OP and who's not. I think the game is good the way it is. From what I'm watching, it's fun. It's the way it's supposed to be. Some guys are a little overpowered, but then there's always a paper for somebody's rock.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's overpowered. I think everyone is overpowered in the right hands, and I think everyone sucks in the wrong hands, all depending on who you're playing, right? So I'm playing, and I don't play very much of quick play, and I don't play much of competitive. Okay, I have maybe 4 or 5 hours total in quick match, and I have about 27 hours in AI, just grouping up with other people playing co-op, against the AI, the bots. Okay, and the reason I do this is because I get on for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I do the dailies, the checklist. Okay, like I'll play Punisher, do like 6,000 damage. I'll play Luna Snow. I'll get my healing on. I'll do my Iron Man, get 30,000 damage while I do whatever I'm supposed to do for the checklist to go up the battle pass. But I love every single character I've used. I love. Right, I'm mostly playing Captain America. I'm mostly playing Punisher. I'm mostly playing Luna Snow. Those are my 3. Go to one in every category type of thing.
But the characters have enough flexibility and individuality that makes you want to play the different characters. Now, I know from watching the videos that there are characters that are in the same class.
Yeah.
But they play the same class a little differently.
Correct.
These are all good signs, because for you to actually play the game and understand each of the characters, a large population base will be playing the game for a long period of time to learn all the characters, which is a good thing for population.
Yeah, so what they do is if you play quick match and you play competitive, the longer you play a character, each character has a profile, and you can go up a ranking within there, and you unlock different...
What does that do?
You unlock different sprays or different opening or different
does it give you
skins.
Does you
it just shows people... Well, no. What it would show people
No extra
is
power, like an extra 2%, none of that
no.
kind of nonsense.
So what it would show is if let's say I was playing Captain America all the time and I was playing quick match or competitive, if I get a certain spray or get a certain skin, you would know that I play a lot of Captain America because I got him to like captain status. Okay, so if you saw that cosmetic on me, you would know, okay, this guy knows how to play Captain America.
So
you know?
non-verbal cues that someone's played this character a lot.
Yeah, you would know. Yeah, you would know that he's played the character quite a bit. But if you just play like I'm playing, none of that goes up, right? So it's just do your dailies and have fun and get out, right? The team up thing, I need someone. Chat, I need someone to play with. I need someone to log in every day with. Okay, maybe Mr. Luke will jump in with this. I need someone to log in every day and complete the monthly season pass thing where you have like 30 days. Spider-Man team up with Venom to do the special ability thing, right? I need like someone to play the game with that I can just log in and team up with, because that's the hardest part. Try to find somebody to go, oh, well, you're playing with randos. Okay. Oh, someone's Venom? I'm going to be Spider-Man. And then when you're Spider-Man, then try to get your super up and then kill people with your super.
But don't you think that that's there on purpose?
Sure. It's to play the longevity of the game. Sure.
No. That one point you just made right there, don't you think that's the reason for that?
Do I think it's the reason for...
Like, when we were younger and you were playing a game, and you were playing a multiplayer game, like you'd always call your buddy, your friend on the phone, come in the game and we'll play.
The reason, the
reason why there's that buddy system in the game. It's
definitely going. Hey, man, you want to play Marvel Rivals with me? I need to complete this, right? Bring a buddy along.
But let's be the guy that can do the team up move. That's what
correct.
You're doing.
Yeah. So I like playing the AI stuff. Get them done within 3 to 4 matches or whatever it is. Then there's like ones that are dailies are easy. There's weekly ones, and then there's monthly ones, right? Yeah, it's a time sink. But I'm enjoying.
Good game is.
But I'm enjoying myself in the matches. I feel like this is respecting my time as a player, as an older gamer, 46 years old. I log in, I can play 2-3 matches and log out and feel like I've progressed with something. Do you know what I mean? Not only am I having fun with the game, the matches are pretty fast. Okay, if you're doing the takeover part, you play like 2 games, maybe 3 games at maybe 5-6 minutes. If you're against the bots, by the way, no sweat. It's just sometimes it's sweaty. The bots sometimes. Today, Spider-Man was on my ass. I could not, as Punisher, he killed me 6 times. Spider-Man on easy mode killed me 6 times before I could do anything. I was like, what is happening? I was like, is a dev controlling that character right now? And then I was like, all right, screw this. And I went over and then I went 26-6. Okay, I died 6 times in a row, couldn't do anything. And then I went 26-6, got MVP. All right. I really, really like the game, and I'm really excited what they can do with this. So, like, tomorrow, they're putting a 4v4 Jeff the Land Shark mode in, where it's sort of like Splatoon, right? So, and I know it sounds stupid, but what I'm bringing this up for is that they can adjust this game on the fly, okay? Like, they can make different events. So, like, Jeff the Land Shark is now you're doing a Splatoon type of thing where you're shooting ice and fire type of thing, and you're trying to cover, or it's like, I think it's ice and water or whatever it is. But you can do different things. So I'm hoping down the line they add different game modes where it's like PvE events, PvP events, different good guys versus bad guys, where they can just kind of change it on the fly. Hopefully, I'm excited to just see what characters they bring in and the way it changes the dynamic of the team synergy. The team synergy is a lot of people are sleeping on. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people are playing competitive, use the team synergies, but people playing in quick match, when someone says, hey, I'm calling for this person, but no one picks that person, they're missing out big time because it could swing the entire game super fast if someone's synergizing.
They don't care about winning. They only care about playing. It's cool.
Correct. And cool. I'm very selfish when I play, but I'm playing against the bots.
Because you play to win.
Yeah, but I'm playing against the bots. So, like, in the very beginning, if I need damage done, I'm picking a DPS guy, and I don't care about doing anything else except DPS, right? If I need to do heals, then I'll switch over to healer, and then I'll just keep healing people. The gameplay is so smooth. Like, the destructible environment, the roster of characters, I still think needed to be 40, but it's 33. I think it's fine, okay? And supposedly, you're getting anywhere between 4 and 8 characters per season.
You've seen a poster of like the Marvel characters on a
Yeah,
poster,
I showed it
right?
on stream.
There's
There's
so
thousands.
many, dude.
There's thousands.
There's so many. You have to pick the ones that are at least fun enough that they'll use. And here's the best part, right? And here's something I think that they should implement, right? I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but let's just say they're fucking around. They put extra 5 guys in here and there, right? But then they see from playtesting that some guys that are just not being played, they don't like them for whatever reason. And if they go through the evaluation process, and it's not because they're underpowered, it's just a character that no one likes, right? Let them fall off and put somebody else in the game. You know what I mean? But
Right.
now, of course, here's the if and the but. But if you happen to like that character and you're low percentage, then you can kind of just say, I want to keep that character. And so it'll still be in the game for you.
Right.
But it falls off as the roster of guys to pick from in general. I think it would be good because then that way you can keep going through characters and say which characters do people actually like want to run. I can't speak with who wants to run with.
Jesus
Good
Christ,
Lord.
what was that? Here's the thing about team synergies, though, right? So let's say right now they have a synergy. For instance, Captain America and Thor, right? Thor, when he's on the team with Captain America, gives him this like lightning ability. Same with Storm, right? If they're on the team together, they synergize. Okay, so there's been a leak of a Human Torch might come in the game. Okay, well, Human Torch will now take Storm's ability. Okay, and he'll add to it where now she just does a hurricane with lightning and stuff like that. But now when Human Torch comes in, if Human Torch is on this team, right? Well, then now you get tornado with fire in it, right? You get a fire tornado. So the reason I'm saying this is down the line, let's say a team is not really, a lot of people are not using the synergy, but all of a sudden they bring a new character and they add it to that synergy. Now, all of a sudden that someone didn't use this character, they might start using the character again because of the team synergy of the new characters that they bring in. You see what I'm saying?
But that's just an easy way to create camaraderie between people who want to play the game.
It'll constantly keep it fresh. It'll constantly keep it going and tuning and stuff like that. And I think it's a good way of balancing where, again, I don't know if they're doing this, but if Captain America teamed up with Thor this season, but next season maybe, Thor teams up with somebody else and gives them that ability now, right? I think that would be pretty cool. So having a blast with Marvel Rivals, having a blast so far with the 12 levels, 3.5 hours I've put into Path of Exile 2. And I'm still playing Brighter Shores because I just log in, do my thing. Like when I'm like researching stuff, I'll be watching videos and I'll just be playing Brighter Shores because you got to concentrate when you're playing Path of Exile. Okay. I don't have to concentrate when I'm doing Rivals because I'm playing against NPCs, and I don't have to concentrate when I'm playing Brighter Shores. So that's what I've been playing. And so going into the next year, we'll see what happens. We'll see how long I'm playing these games. We'll see how long, if I'm still playing Marvel Rivals when Season 1 comes in and who they bring in. We'll see if I'm still playing Brighter Shores. I think I will. I think these 3 games might be the first half of the year. Oh, I totally forgot. I'm playing one more game. Indiana Jones. And that's not, I forgot about it. I just totally just forgot it, slipped my mind. I'm having a blast playing this game, bro. Like, people can hate or what they want or whatever. They're like, oh, it's on Game Pass. This is a phenomenal game. They basically, this is a game, right? They made a game, they sold a game, or gave away the game. It is the 4th movie that should have been Indiana Jones so far that I've played. There's a couple little things that bug me about Gina, who's the NPC companion, your love interest, whatever through the story. There was the first time in the very first puzzle that she was with, she's like, what about this handle? What's this handle? I'm like, oh God, please don't be like a God of War, right? Because in God of War, that's all they did. Like every 5 seconds, did you try this? Did you look at this door? Did you go over here? Did you do that? It's like, shut up, right? So the clues I hate because they gives you an option in the very beginning of the game. Do you want help or not help, right? I said, I don't want help. So that was one of the things. But then for the rest of the things, she was pretty quiet. I don't know if I'm figuring it out faster than what she's saying, but she's quiet. The second thing is when you're sneaking around encampments with her, okay, you're sneaking around, but she's just standing up straight, right? And she's like, there's a Nazi there. And you're like, well, then get down, right?
Maybe, just maybe, they did it exactly on purpose of what a girl would do in that situation. maybe it's not a glitch, but you know that, right? Like your girlfriends, your wives, like you're doing something, and then like, what you doing? What's going on? Are we supposed to be hiding? Like, you know, that's legit. Right. So maybe it's not because it's fucked up. Maybe someone's just doing legit what some woman would do.
What I started using is I would leave her out in the open while the patrol guys were coming around, and they would start just shooting her and concentrating on her.
Once again, done on purpose.
But here's the thing. It's immersion breaking at certain times.
Not for some people.
No, I get that. Like, I'm really immersed in the game, but then all of a sudden Gina doesn't want to hide, or she's not, sneaking around, and it's a little immersion breaking. Other than that, the game is phenomenal. I love the puzzles. I had a puzzle the other day, Sarge. Chat, 45 minutes. Was just sitting there watching me try to figure this out. I had the answer on the screen the entire time. The entire time, Sarge. Okay? I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't played the game yet, but I'll just say there's this moment in the game where you have to decipher a code. Okay? I deciphered the code. And I even thought about it. I was like, oh, maybe it's this. Said it out loud on stream. But didn't follow my own, right? Didn't follow my own advice. I was like, oh, well, maybe. So the word is on the fucking screen the entire time. I was like, no, I don't see it. I don't see it. Chat, I thought was really good because for 45 minutes, nobody tried to help me, right? They were all biting their tongues. They were all laughing their asses off. But actually, when it happened, I was just like, that's so stupid. I had it. I went back and looked at the video. I was like, 6 minutes. 6 minutes within the puzzle, I had the answer. Okay? Yet for 45 more minutes after that, I didn't know what the answer was. It was just slamming me in the face, and I couldn't do it. It wasn't that difficult. I knew I was overthinking it. But I love the puzzles. I love the adventure in this game. They've nailed it. They nailed it 100%.
That's how it's supposed to be. Like Lara Croft was.
Yeah. And I really do like that they did a first person. Right.
Well, I think the decision on that one is pretty profound. They wanted you to be Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
If you're in third person, you're playing Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
But when you're first person,
you are
Indiana Jones.
Right, so you are Indiana Jones.
I get why they wanted to do that.
Travis asked me, was it yesterday or 2 days ago on Discord? He was like, I have a question. Is Indiana Jones your game of the year? And I said, I can't answer that because I'm not done with the game. But I have to say, I went back and looked at all the games I played and finished this year. Okay, new games, old games, just games in general. And I have to say, this is probably one of my top games of the year. Like, I'm just having a blast playing it. It's just a good all around.
You've been beat up for most of the year, so I could see how this game would fit in there.
Well, there was games I enjoyed.
But let's be honest. There are so many games that came out this year. You missed a lot of them.
Sure. I didn't play a shit ton of the games. I didn't play one game that was nominated for Game of the Year. I didn't play one of the nominations for Game of the Year. Okay. But the games, you all finish games? I mean, I do. I mean, we roll credits on my stream when I play them. I have to say, like, Indiana Jones is probably one of my favorite games this year. Would it be in the running for like Game of the Year, like actual next year? I don't know, but it better be nominated for sound. It better be for like story. It better be nominated for best actor. Like Troy Baker, man, like he fucking nails Harrison Ford. Okay, like I know it's not Harrison Ford. Like you could tell it's not Harrison Ford, but at the same time when you're playing, you're like, God damn, is that Harrison Ford? Like he to be an actor and to impersonate somebody else, that's hard, right? It's easy to act and make your own character, but when you have to be someone else,
you're saying the right things, but in the wrong order, right? Being an impersonator is very difficult, and acting as the impersonated character.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Is even more difficult.
Right, you have to embody the character, and he nailed it out. Like he just nails it, right? Just nails it. So I'm looking for we might play a little bit more tomorrow on stream. If not, we'll start again on Monday morning, because there's not going to be a Monday night stream because I'm out of town. I'm leaving Monday. Monday morning, we're not going to do the daily grind. We'll probably just go live and try to finish Indiana Jones.
So when are you coming down?
Monday night.
Okay.
Yeah, Monday night. My wife works Monday, and then we're just going to leave Monday night because Tuesday's Christmas Eve.
Is Tuesday Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
It was Wednesday. Am I off a day?
No, Christmas is Wednesday.
Christmas Day is Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah, Christmas Day is Wednesday. Krebsy says, we'll be nominated for category. Category, but not Game of the Year. Not saying it needs to be nominated. That's bad. It's just getting nominated for Game. Yeah, I don't know if it gets nominated for Game of the Year, but it definitely should be nominated for a bunch of other awards, right? And again, this is not me going, oh, because I love Xbox. No, like they made a game, they sold a game, and the game is actually good, right? It's actually good. I'll tell you what, chat. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I reached out to Troy Baker and his people. Okay, I made a nice email to see it.
Spelling correct, spell words correct.
Yeah, I had my wife go back through and
no dick pics.
No dick pics. Yeah, and I sent him a message. Okay, an email. Okay, and who knows, maybe with chatting with sometime next year, maybe we'll get Troy Baker on the show and talk to him about that game, just his career in general. So I reached out. I don't expect anything to happen from it, but you know what?
Be so negative.
The North Star. I'll make a wish.
Don't be so negative.
I'll make a wish. I'm not negative. I'm just saying, you know.
All right. So
He
before
probably won't even see the email.
All right. So before we get into the stories, I want to tell you something that happened the other night when I was at work. Right. And I know this is off topic, but it's present day information.
Okay.
So if you've been following along with the news, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Right. So you know all the stories about the drone thing going on?
Yes.
Like people are seeing drones everywhere. So I was at work the other night and I had a regular come in and I hadn't seen him in like months, right? Because I've been out of work and he doesn't come in that often. And he said to me,
we're going down the rabbit hole here.
So you want to see this? Did you watch the stories about the drones on TV? And I go, yeah, it sounds kind of fishy. It sounds like they're ours, right? Because if they were other people's drones, we would have lost our shit and shoot things down, right? Well, it's just common sense. So he goes, yeah, but they're around everywhere. It just depends on where you are. You have to see them. He's like, there's one outside now. I'm like, shut up. There's one outside. We go outside, and he points up in the sky. I'm like, that's a star. He's like, that is not a star. Give it a minute, right? He's got one of those super zooms on his phone, and he's zooming in. I go, he's like, look at that. What does that look like to you? And I'm like, it looks like a ball with a space in the middle, and it's twinkling. I'm like, yeah. I goes, yeah. I go, that's not a star. And like, that's a drone because it's not a UFO, right? It doesn't look like a UFO, right? So I'm looking, and we're staring at it, and he goes, "Watch this." They all put their camera phones on, they put the light on to film it more, and then the light
flash is not going to see it.
The light on the drone either turned away or turned off, so you couldn't see it anymore, but it was still there.
Yeah.
And then when they turn the lights off their cameras, the light comes back on. I was like, "That's fucking crazy." So we go back inside. I'm like, this can't be, right? 10, 15 minutes later, I go back outside, still there, same exact spot, hasn't moved, same spot. And if it was a star, after like a half an hour, 45 minutes, it would have moved a little bit in the sky. Right. That's how it works because the planet's spinning. Flat earthers. Yeah. The planet's spinning, right? So anyway.
That's what a flat earther would say.
2 hours later, I go back out there, still there. I'm like, this is fucking nuts. Go back inside, come back out, maybe like another 20 minutes later. Then it's gone. I'm like, there were no flashing lights like FAA red on one side and
I got you.
Other,
yeah,
right? It was fucking crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, DMT says that's how FAA lights work. Well, here's the thing, right?
Magic, you're not a prepper. Right? Like I've got MREs and ammo and guns, bro. You have to be prepared.
Here's what I find funny about this.
You think you're going to just mosey on down to the Publix and get yourself some bread and eggs?
When I worked in the film industry, I was a drone operator. Okay. I had to get a license for it. You have to get certification for it. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't find my Santa cap, Gator. I just pretend there's one on me. Yeah, and you just can't fly a drone. This is years ago, right? This is like 10 years ago, where drones are amazing what you can do now, right? But
we can't have Goober and everybody else flying drones around.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is they have to get clearance to do what they're doing, and they'll know they have to stay under a certain height. Okay, you won't even know they're there. Okay, unless you really realize it, because now drones are so quiet. Okay, it's not these like store-bought drones that you're seeing. We're like, you're not going to hear shit, right? These things are the size of like the roof of your car. Okay, with the 9 propellers, 12 propellers, okay, rotors, whatever, and they just sit up there, and you won't even know they're there. They're just right, unless it comes really close to you, right? Because in commercial use, we use certain drones that when we film, because we used to use dollies and whatnot, but now we use drones to do the same shots, especially if there's no sound.
Especially with GPS, it's much smoother.
Oh yeah, we could just put the coordinates in, and it flies through. People use them for their home tours, for flying through houses and whatnot. And these are smaller ones, right?
Yep.
The bigger ones, okay, much more advanced. You can go up to it and shove it, and it'll go whoop, 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 and then just it'll stay perfectly balanced. They have ones now where if the propellers fail, right, you could lose like 4 of the 8, and it would still stay afloat. What happens is if one loses power, the other motors compensate and pick up. There's so far technology for anyone to be like, I don't know whose drones are. Bullshit. Somebody knows. Somebody.
Let's not pretend.
Yeah, right. So
you do remember how fucking freaked out they were about the weather balloon flying over, right?
Yeah,
they went completely berserk.
Yeah, this is
like
10 times
China's
worse.
after us. They're trying to drop nukes. Meanwhile, 50 drones outside New Jersey and like,
yeah, and it's really over by you. The only airport is the executive airport over there, which is
weird.
Yeah,
weird.
Yeah,
but it wasn't over the airport. It was
you can't. Well, it wouldn't be over the airport because you can't fly over the airport.
Yeah,
because they would see it over the airport. But if you go up 500 feet, you could.
It was up there. It was a decent height up. Like, I still want to shoot one down. I want to see what it is.
Well, you can in Florida.
If I can get one into the clean shot, dude, I'm gonna take it down. I swear to God, I'm gonna find
if it's over
GPS.
Your property. If it's over your property, you're allowed
the GPS on it. I'm gonna disconnect it. Make sure the GPS is turned off. I'm gonna
you're allowed. You're allowed to take it down if it's over your property. So, all right, let's go to the top stories from the past week. Chat. Here's your warning for
headset down.
Intro. Woo! Are you awake? Yeah. All right. Well, we usually do stories, but let's do year in review, Sarge, right? It started off with Pal World, and it ended with Path of Exile 2 and Indiana Jones, right? And Marvel Rivals, right? So what was your best moment of 2024 in gaming, Sarge? What was the best moment for you? I mean, obviously Baldur's Gate 3 came out last year, so you can't say Baldur's Gate 3. What was the game that came out for you this year? You didn't have to play it. That you just were excited. It's out. It's doing good stuff. What was the game that you think was a shining light, glimmering hope for 2024? Path of Exile 2 is not out. It's early access. Pal World's still early access, you know?
I get bogged down in all the nonsense throughout the year. I do think there were quite a few games that basically turned up the ingenuity and fun factor, but we were so bogged down with so many misfires that it's hard to separate them now. I'm trying to go through the list in my head, like what came out for the year that was decent. I mean, I like the real-time strategy games. So,
I mean, did you ever play Frostpunk?
I did, but it's very, very hard. It's
Frostpunk 2 came out this year. Did you know that?
Very, very unforgiving.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I played the first one all the way through, and I beat it once, and I was so mentally exhausted from winning, I didn't do a replay. I'm like, God, that's hard. Like the way that the game is structured, it punishes you even when you're doing well.
Right.
I think the standout for me for fun factor and just like a good old time, I think DT is right. I think Helldivers is it. I think that's for me. I think that's the one because it was made for fun. It wasn't made for anything else.
Yeah, the little that we play, a little. I have like 40 hours, 50 hours in the game. Helldivers was a fun one. Helldivers from last year when we didn't, before the year started. I didn't think Helldivers was going to be like as big as it was. I don't think anyone thought it was going to be just because the last Helldivers. I think a million people bought it.
Yeah, but it showed people were starving for fun.
Yeah,
right. That game has no preconceived notion about anything. It's just pure satirical fun. Right. That's just the way it is. I mean, they're making fun of the military, but at the same time, you're supposed to be patriotic. So it was like, yeah. We need a little patriotic. Can't speak tonight. A little patriotic. Yeah, we need a little patriot. I just thought it was done like it was supposed to be. It was done like a fun video game, right? It wasn't doing anything else, right? And the funny part about it is Sony's reaction to the game doing well, right? Was just like Lenny and the rabbits. Like they couldn't stop petting the rabbit so hard that they were going to break its neck. Like they were so excited that they finally found a game that they didn't know was going to work. And instead of just letting the game just let it blossom naturally, let the people talk about it. Like, nope. They tried to stuff in shit immediately, turning it off on countries without signing up for a PlayStation account. Like just goofy shit. Like just let the game be. Couldn't help it. They couldn't help themselves.
Yeah.
And the people who turned on it immediately was so profound. It was like a light switch. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna be a dick? Fucking no!" Like just that quick. Like a million people are playing it, and they're like, PlayStation Network now," and they're like, "Click, nope, fuck you, Sony." And that's the kind of stuff that we need in the coming year, where you have to stand your ground now and just wait. Make them convince you that the game is good enough to buy. That's what we have to do for the future now. Like that little Captain America thing, that little clip you keep playing, like
patience. Yeah,
that should be the battle cry for 2025, because we have a lot of games lined up, right? Once again, locked and loaded. The shells are in the gun. We're like Christmas time, we're loading up the shotgun. And like as soon as February comes, like we're ready. Here they come. Right. And it's gonna be like, just wait, let them come out. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what happens. Right. A lot of games are about everyone's trying to fit through the door. All the fat boy games are trying to all fit through the door at the same time in February. It's not gonna work. We gotta see how it's gonna be. I'm excited. I'm excited, but at the same time, it's like I no longer care about the day the game comes out. I just don't care anymore. Like I don't need entertainment at that level because my life is somewhat needing something, and so day one of a game purchase, it has to be for me. Otherwise, I lose my mind. Like I'm so far past that, and I'm like, yeah, cool, new games coming out. I mean, let's see how they do. Let's see how it comes out.
We played a lot of new games this year, but I have to say I think Helldivers 2 is one of my favorites. It is just pure fun. It reminds me of when Sea of Thieves came out. Okay, when Sea of Thieves came out back in 2018, and the way I played it, obviously it's a much better game now than it was back then. But Sea of Thieves is that sandbox game where you just kind of have fun. And that's what it was about. It was just fun. And that's what Helldivers 2 was when it came out. And then Sony had to be the mom and dad that came home after the party and was like, "What are you guys doing?" Right? And like completely ruined the momentum of that game.
But that
self-sabotage.
Yeah, but I don't understand how, especially kids right now, like if you know about Halo and you know about Gears and you know about Forza, like you know when these games came out and the reasons why you played them and the reasons why we love them. Like, and you know you were there, right? And you see the corporate arm just has your fucking game in a headlock and he's just leading it around. Like, just leave the game alone. Like, they have this ability to say that the gamers no longer affect the popularity of the game, and that's 100% incorrect. We decide whether your game succeeds or your game fails. It's up to you to sell me your game.
Right.
And I think that the blowback from us saying no to the slop and them immediately turning on us and calling us all kinds of names for not liking the game talks so much about what's going on in the industry right now. I'm going to say a little prayer. I'm not very religious, but for the new year, I'm going to say a little prayer, and I'm hoping that the guys in the AA, single A, triple B games, small studios looking to find the light inside the tunnel to find their way through this giant mess of games, that these guys have a chance, right? They see, and I'm not saying they're stupid. I'm just saying they don't have enough funds. But we've seen now guys who are by themselves and small teams come out with really interesting games that catch the attention of the gaming population. And I'm just hoping that enough of these second tier guys are looking at it. They're literally looking at the industry and they're like, okay, they tried to do this, this, and this, and look what they did, and they fucked it up. But the kids really like those type of games, but they just fucked it up. If we just do a game like that, we can get their attention. And I think this coming year, amongst the sprinkling of the big boy games that we think we're going to get, like, and there's some big ones that are supposed to come out this year, bro. Like, I'm excited.
Yeah. Lots of.
I'm hoping in between those big boys that these guys start putting out little trailers, little dev talks. You know what? Just plant the seeds. Like, you don't even have to show us like 100% gameplay, but just put your foot out in the world and be like, hey guys, we're such and such studios. We happen to be like, we love such and such games, this kind of genre, and plant the seeds for us watching what those guys are going to do, because now's the time. Because we've seen so much slop come down the hill that we don't care no more. Like, we legit don't care. Like, we don't even pay attention.
So some of the games this year, right, that I played, I'm looking at my list here. POW World, Helldivers 2, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, right? Even though it got so much shit for that game, I had fun playing the campaign of that game, right? South Park Snow Day came out this year. I had fun playing that game. Okay, Hypercharge Unbox, I played that. We played Towerborn, we played Star Trucker, we played Star Wars Outlaws, we went back to DC Universe Online. We played a lot of Fallout 76 this year. We went back to the Starfield DLC that came out. What else did we play? We played the updates for No Man's Sky, First Descendant. I had a blast playing First Descendant for the 50, 60 hours that I put into that game. Lego Fortnite that came out last year, December, right? Or January, beginning of January, whatever it was. I think it was December, right? They updated that game, and we had a blast playing that game as well with that. And then we also have, we have Marvel Rivals. We had Planet Coaster came out. I played it about 20 hours on stream, off stream, or whatnot. Okay. Sometimes I make content that gets views, and other times I'm like, there's no point of making content for that anymore. So I just stop making content for it, and I just play it off stream. I'm liking that. Indiana Jones here at the end. Like, let me tell you, front front of the year was loaded with Pal World and Helldivers, and the end of the year has been loaded with Marvel Rivals, Indiana Jones, and now Path of Exile 2. Like, that could have been the whole year for me, and I would have been happy. You know what I mean? And there was other games that were just sprinkled through the way. Right? I didn't play MLB this year. Right? I didn't play MLB this year. Didn't want to. Didn't need to. We've been playing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Having a blast with that every single time. There's a lot of other games we played, and I don't even think I made videos of them. We just played them. Towerborn was fun.
There's so many. I looked at Game Pass the other day because I haven't looked in a while. There's a bunch of new stuff on there that they just put on there that all look interesting.
Oh, like Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, which is that Vampire Survivor type of game, but for Deep Rock Galactic, where you're mining and going deeper and deeper, like 5 levels. It's on Steam. It was like, I don't know, $12, $15, whatever it was when I bought it. Fantastic game. I put in so much time into that game, right? Highly recommend that on Steam. It's in early access, and it's phenomenal, right? That's a game that we played. Throne and Liberty. Totally forgot that. Oh, thank you, Krebsy, right? Throne and Liberty. Trading card shop, right? Trading shop. What the fuck is it called? It's called the trading card shop simulator, right? The storage wars, or the storage shipping container game that I played. Those two games that I had no idea I was gonna like. I downloaded some demos and started playing them. And I'm like, these are phenomenal, like, games. They keep updating, right? The TGC shop, right? That's a fantastic little game, simplistic, super fun. I put a shit ton of time in trading card game, right? Like, so much. The shipping container one, right? They've updated that thing like 3-4 times. I have to go back to Storage Wars. Yeah, that's a fantastic little game, right? When I say fantastic, it doesn't need to be blockbuster, AAA, big budget games.
Just to be a good game.
Just has to be a good game that's fun to play. Yeah.
I don't know why there was so much double talk about what a game is supposed to be and what they're trying to tell you it's supposed to be, right? Like what Baldur's Gate 3 did to the gaming industry showed what a quality studio can do with a genre of game.
Right.
And they said that you couldn't expect that. And I laughed when they said that. And now Path of Exile 2 is out. Or the release. And I'm not going to say this yet. I'm going to wait till the game actually comes out. But this game looks like it's going to do for action RPG what Baldur's Gate 3 did for RPG. And they're going to say again, well, you can't expect that. And I don't think that statement can work after a couple more of these games come out. If these games come out done, beautiful, fun, and ready, and you're going to come out and say, well, you can't expect that from us. Like, you don't have a leg to stand on. Like, if that's your internet management guy trying to talk to the community and that's how you're going to talk, like, you're done. Like, you're done.
My motto this year, Sarge, was in the very beginning. I said my expectations before the year started. I said last year, this time, going into next year, which is 2024, I said I'm not going to overhype stuff. I'm going to keep my expectations low. And I did that this year, and I had way more fun with games that I wouldn't have tried.
Yeah, that's because I didn't find the game that you really liked. Like right now, you're like the gambler at the table with his last $100. You're looking for Transformers. You're waiting for Transformers. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. I want there to be a good Transformers game.
I got some footage to show you.
Do you understand what kind of IP and universe you could do if you just did a good Transformer game? Like, I'm just going to give you the skin. I'm not even going to go deep because this could be the whole show, right? Look at the attachment in Rivals, and all that is a hero shooter.
Yeah, hero shooter, but with a massive IP that people wanted.
Right. You have a character that you love, you grew up with, you read the comics, you just love Marvel characters, and you're fighting against each other, right? If you give me the Transformers universe and you put me on a larger map, more players, and I can transform into different things and different abilities I can purchase and make my guy do exactly what I want him to do. Just like you have the 3 or 4 moves you have for the hero.
Yep.
Same exact thing. And you could do the exact same thing. Do you know how many characters there are in the Transformer universe?
There's
That you can unlock.
hundreds. Yeah,
that you can
hundreds and
unlock,
hundreds.
grind, and try to unlock. Mo would have a conniption. He'd be there trying to unlock everybody. Right? His wife would probably disown him. Right? Like, where are you trying? I'm on 27. I gotta get. There's 30 more. Like, it would be worse than Marvel's because there's so many to get, and you could do the same thing. The same thing on the basic level. The same thing.
Roadkill says you guys need to play. You guys got to play Space Marines 2. There's 8 campaign missions, and operations game is fully complete.
When
in my
co-op
eyes.
works,
co-op does work, Sarge, but the game is not complete because they're giving all the content away for free. They do not have a horde mode in the game. They are still putting extra game
horde mode.
All the stuff that they said they're going to put in the game is not in the game until August of next year. Once August of next year comes out and they have all the content in the actual game, then I will buy the game. I'm not paying money for a game and then waiting a year to complete the game. I'll just wait for the game to be complete and then buy it.
Well, wait, bro. You're not looking at this the right way. The game's good how it is.
Sure.
And you buy it, and the other stuff coming just makes you want to play the game longer. See, that's how it works.
And then I'll wait when the game comes out. Right? I'm glad people like Space Marines 2. I'm glad it's a good game. It's just not a complete game. And when I say complete, I'm talking complete, meaning they have features and stuff that are not in the game yet. And once they're in the game, then the game is complete. They could have waited 1 year and then launched it, but they launched it and then they're fixing it or completing it for 1 full year afterwards that the game comes out.
I look at the Mech Warrior games and those other mech games that have been out just like the last couple of years. I'm not talking about just Mech Warrior because Mech Warrior is more slow, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about those other mech games that came out that are really fast moving.
Well, there's Mecha Breaker
right?
that you'll probably like, Sarge.
Right? So if you think about it that way,
that's coming out next year.
And then you just put the Transformers in that same kind of thing where it's quick moving, you can see what it could be, right? It doesn't need to be Destiny. It needs to be its own. It needs to be its own thing.
Well, unfortunately, the game that we're getting when we get it, if and when we get it, is Transformers Reactivate is going to be a First Descendant Warframe-esque type of game, right?
I'm concerned that because this year is supposed to be busy, and when I say supposed to be, according to the rumors that we know of the major titles that are coming out, I'm a little concerned that Transformers doesn't want to come out because of the stuff that's coming out this year.
It's stupid. It's a 40th anniversary. You missed it.
This is true.
You missed it.
But let's not go down this road. I don't want to go down this road so quickly, but I did forget and remember at the same time that it was Transformers' 40th anniversary.
Yeah, it's the 40th anniversary.
Yeah, it should have been out.
Yeah.
They probably just missed the window, but it should have been out.
Well, someone was sleeping behind the wheel. Right? They should have 100% capitalized on the 40th anniversary of Transformers. The movie came out this past summer, okay? And the game should have came out this year as well.
Well, wait. That's not entirely true. So if you're going to base it off of the movie came out in 86. So
the cartoon came out in 84.
The cartoon came out in 84.
Yeah, that would make it 40 years.
The beginning of the Transformers, yes. But what I'm saying is that they're going to base it off the movie. Then 86.
Why would they base it off the movie?
Because then they can call that the 40th year, bro.
That's not the 40th year. That would be the 42nd year.
I get it.
You can't just pick and choose when it started. It started in 84.
But they will.
Yeah.
But they will.
No, that's literally why they released Transformers 1 this year, because it was the 40th anniversary. This is why they had.
It was supposed to be a tie-in. It was supposed to be a tie-in.
This is why there's
toys came out. The toys came out
right.
For
a tie-in as far as
a tie-in as far as the IP, not the
they
actual
literally
thing.
had the toys of the game show up in stores. Like Transformers Reactivate, they had a 2-pack of Starscream and Bumblebee and Soundwave and Optimus Prime.
Will they pull them off the shelf? Did they pull them off the shelf?
You can buy them right now.
Oh,
you can buy them right now. That's the only screenshot we have of the actual game on the back of the box.
I didn't know that was them.
Yes. Right?
I thought it was just another release.
Nope. They have the actual Transformers Reactivate.
Now that you're talking about this, I have a small story to tell now. Right. So, as you know, I collect the Masterpiece Transformers.
Right.
I want. You remember the little book, right? The original book.
Yeah.
Okay, so the original book, I still have one of the original books, and I wanted to get the masterpiece versions of all the Decepticons.
Okay.
Right. So the last couple years, I've been purchasing them slowly. The last one I have that was really hard to find was Reflector. You remember Reflector, right? It's the three guys look the same that form into the camera.
Yep.
Right. So I got him. And so then I kept thinking to myself this year, I'm like, I got them all. I got everybody. No, I'm not talking about the newer cartoon guys, the new Jets. I'm talking about
you're talking about
the original guys.
The remake of the
original cartoon
toys.
enemy, right? The original guys, right? So then I started looking around, and I noticed that they're doing re-releases of the original guys. They're doing re-releases in the original packaging. They're just doing re-releases, but they don't release them all at once. They're scattered, so you have to keep searching stores and going online and all this nonsense. I'm like, all right. So I did some searching, and I found packaging, and I thought about, well, it's got to be because it's the 40th year, right? So I found one of these guys on a shelf. Right?
What was that? The movie?
Because it says the movie on it.
That's a cool box.
Right. Cool box.
Is the toy cool?
Hasbro.
Oh, it's Hasbro made it.
Hang on. I want to keep it cheerful. It's Christmas time. Right?
The box looks cool.
Right. The box does look cool.
I'm being dead serious. The box looks badass.
Right. Now, in the corner, it's got a little green leaf thing, and it says no plastics.
Wait, hold that up to the camera. What does it say?
It says no plastics. It says
no plastics.
Plastic.
The fuck does that mean?
Plastic-free packaging.
Wait a minute. Wait,
I'm glad you asked.
Stop.
Yeah.
The toy's made of plastic, isn't it?
No. The packaging.
No, I understand that.
Plastic in the packaging.
I understand that. But
we're going green, bro. Stay positive.
But the toy in the box is plastic, but they don't want to put plastic within the box itself to hold the toy.
Well, because you're playing with the toy in your house, you don't have plastic in the ground.
I gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So when you open up the box, it's almost like it was at some kind of like a cheap flea market. You're kind of wondering, right? So this is
a real toy now. This is not a knockoff.
Well, it's the same mold, so I don't want to say it's a knockoff.
Well, no, what I'm asking is
Hasbro written on the box.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. Is it from Hasbro, or is it from
Hasbro?
It from China's version of Hasbro?
Like a little mark above the H. Yeah, so it's not really Hasbro. It's Hasbro. Like no, it's Hasbro.
Bro. Yeah, it's Hasbro.
Right, it's Hasbro. So this is the box that comes in.
Ooh, that's very biodegradable.
Right, no
very
plastic,
biodegradable.
Right? Here's the best part: all the little guns and the little pieces came wrapped in tissue paper.
What the fuck is that,
bro? I'm telling you, I thought
they used to be in that plastic where you had to take your finger and push in.
Yeah, is this bootleg? Is this a bootleg? I don't know if it's a bootleg, right? So the box was damaged. You know how I feel about the damaged boxes, bro. It's not good. Right?
Wait, there's damage in the box?
It was damaged to the box.
The price went down. Price went down.
I opened the guy up. I have to get another one. The box is damaged.
Oh, so you opened it. That's why you opened it.
Yeah, that's why I opened it, because the box is damaged. Right.
Gotcha.
So back when I was a kid, Skywarp.
So it was 40 years ago.
Yeah. So Skywarp was like one of my favorite guys. Right. So the box was damaged. I opened them up. Now, I looked at it. I put it together, and I'm looking at it. I'm like,
how's it feel?
You know what?
Does it feel good?
You know what it is when you're older, is you look at it, you see it for what it is in reality, and then if you give yourself a minute and you just kind of look at it, you can remember why you thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Okay.
Right? Now you can't hang on to that.
I feel like there's gonna be a big letdown here.
It's not a big letdown. It's the reality of.
I'm looking at your eyes, Sarge, and I feel like your childhood is leaving your soul right now.
Well, I still think he looks badass.
Okay, he does look cool.
Right? Now,
can I say something though?
Hang on. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish before I'm going to give you a big gap. You can say whatever you want.
Okay.
Right? Now, I remember my old toy.
I've noticed something real fast though.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'm aware. I remember the old toy. Now, some of the things you'll see on here are ridiculous.
Yes, I can see the
and
ridiculousness.
Some other things are interesting. Right.
Okay.
Number one thing, don't like. There was no instruction manual inside the box, and there's no stickers.
Was there a QR code so you can download it on your phone?
So he's butt naked with no stickers. So you can. I know there's people out there that you make sticker sheets and you can put the stickers on there.
Wait, so there's no stickers on them right now?
No, the actual that's one of the perks.
Oh, it's
right?
printed on the actual
That
pieces.
Decepticon symbol is actually printed on the wing.
I got you. It's printed on the thing.
Not a sticker, right?
Okay.
Also, if you looked at his face is real.
Yeah, he's got the metal on his face. The
Right?
the original didn't have that.
Right. The original, you got to put the little gold
You
sunglasses
just
on.
gold sunglasses on.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't understand what the fuck these fists are with the little plastic thing at the bottom. And he's got holes in his fist, but I'm pretty sure it's because he gets to hold Megatron. Right? He's holding on.
Look at that. The Megatron's there. Look at that.
He's holding on to Megatron.
Does Megatron transform?
No, he does not transform.
I'm really surprised they have Megatron in the gun form. I'm really honest.
Now, if I'm going to critique it, like it has its good, it's solid. It's the same kind of plastic.
Hold up to the camera.
It's the same kind of plastic. It doesn't feel like the flimsy plastic.
Yeah, those the little nubs at the bottom of his fist are annoying me.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't. Right, his guns are way too big, bro.
Yeah, that's the first. That's the first thing I noticed.
Guns.
That's the first thing I noticed.
Right? Do they fire?
And
they do fire.
And
They do fire.
they're not black.
But you remember the little?
They're black and.
But hang on. Do you remember the little missile that goes inside his thing, inside the wing when he's a plane? See the missile?
Yeah.
Right. Remember the missile?
Yeah.
Look at this fucking thing.
The fuck is that?
Right. What am I supposed to do with? What am I supposed to do?
What is that?
What am I supposed to do?
That's not the right missile for him.
Hasbro doesn't care. That's why I'm upset. You're going to do a re-release for a figure. You gave him a cool-ass face, a cool-ass paint job, right? But then you do this other shit. What? Do you guys make toys anymore? Like,
no, they don't.
What's going on here?
What is it? Look, size matters, and that fucking rocket's way too big.
What is that for?
Hold on a second. Hold on.
All right, what is that?
Hold on,
for?
chat.
Like,
hold on a second.
You guys have no idea how much my brother and I were into Transformers when we were a kid. Like, we had to beg our parents to get us Transformers because back then they were expensive.
Okay.
Right.
First off,
right.
This is the real one.
Bro, is that my guy?
This is the one. This is see how look we play with him. Look how loose that is.
Oh, you took the box. You have my guy.
Look how loose that is. Right. This is vintage, 40 years old.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Look at the gun. Look how big that gun is.
Yeah, that's from the cartoon.
Yeah, see, black and purple, baby. Not purple. Not girly purple. This is dark, like a royal purple. Okay, look at that gun. Look at the size of that gun. Okay,
are the stickers still on the wings? I'm curious.
Yeah, of course they are. Come on.
And does he still have his sunglasses on? His little gold sunglasses.
He still has the gold sunglasses. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Okay, I didn't steal it from my brother. They were donated to my son.
They weren't donated. He took his own Transformers. They were in the same box. They happened to go with him.
Yeah. I didn't steal anything. All right. Here's another thing. That gun is super tiny, and
that's what it's supposed to look like.
That's the missile.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Hold up your missile.
Yeah, size matters, bro.
This fits in the actual thing, right? Here's a test. Does it still fire?
Does it still fire?
No, the spring. Well, I hit the spring, but it didn't. What about this side? No, it's limp. It's limp.
Hey, it's still.
I mean, it's 40 years old, right?
That's a 40-year-old toy, bro.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah, no, the spring is completely shot.
And the reason why I bought, I fell big for the nostalgia. I did. So now I'm gonna finish my collection. I'm gonna finish my collection of the vintage ones. And my problem now is I ordered them before I had the broken box one, and now I know that Hasbro doesn't care. Please, game devs, please let the Transformer game be good.
Well, let me bring this up to you now. All right,
please.
So this is video.
DTM. I'm a Decepticon, bro. I don't give a shit about any Optimus Prime, any Autobot. I don't give a fuck about any of them. I am a bad guy, right? Our entire childhood, my brother got the good guys. I got the bad guys. It's real easy. Like, real easy during Christmas time when you opened up the wrong gift. You knew who it was for. There was no questions. No fucking questions. It didn't matter, and it didn't matter what toy line, right? Bad guy, good guy.
Okay. This is
What is this?
This is a little setup here. This is a little setup.
What is this?
This is Transformers Reactivate, but before it was called Reactivate, it was with Certain Infinity.
Yeah.
This is on the Unreal Engine 4. This is Certain Infinities. This is what the game was before it went to Splash Damage and Bulkhead. Okay. Yeah. They kept what the basis is, so the next game is just on Unreal Engine 5. Okay. But I want you to look at this just to get a little excited here, right? 2025 could be the year we see this. I don't care what you say, chat. Kiss my ass. It's coming out sometime. All right. My thing is, will it be fun? Will it be a fun game to play? And you know what? I'm putting minimum 100 hours in just off this clip alone. I'm putting 100 hours in this game just from this clip. Here we go.
Oh, that's Starscream.
Yeah, it's Starscream.
Well, I thought it was purple. He looked like a Skywarp, but then I think it's probably because of the coloring.
Yeah, it's the coloring on the thing. Yeah, you can see it's red and white and blue. Yeah, this is 4 years old. This is not what the game, but they might have redesigned and stuff, but this is what the game is. Okay, so that's one. Okay, this is from RoboGamer 1 HD. He's got 2 clips. He's got the other one. The other one is Shockwave. Give me a second. Okay, this is Shockwave.
Well, I can see he's got treads on him, so he's also a tank of some type. That's cool.
He unfortunately he doesn't transform in this footage.
That's fine. That big ass sword. His voice isn't too bad. The only thing I don't like, and I'm a sucker for nostalgia in this particular aspect, right? Is I don't like the gun noises.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're going to use those Transformers, it doesn't have to be exactly like the sound effects from the old Transformers.
No, you want
something similar.
Yeah, you want that
something similar, right? And I know the sound effects, and I know if it's a good guy gun or a bad guy gun, I know who's firing. Just by the sound effect, I know who it is. So, like a version of that sound. They're putting in gun noises like it's the gun that it is in reality. Like it's a machine gun, it sounds like a machine gun. And if it's a auto rifle, it sounds like an auto rifle. Like I'm okay with that initially, but like you got to put in the sound effects for the laser guns, dude.
Yeah, the lasers that would bring that much more authenticity to it. You know what I mean? But look,
you're picking. I mean, it looks like they're picking. I'm not saying it's the same universe. It looks like
it's based off of G1.
One.
Yeah, it's all G1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm very excited about this game since I'm looking forward for 2025. But at the same time,
do you think I'm excited, bro? Do you think I'm excited?
Yeah, I mean that's awesome that you have disposable income for that. Yeah, I wish I could.
What I don't understand is that there's no rhyme or reason to what they release. There's no
look. I love Transformers, man. Like,
they don't.
This is my Harry Potter. You know what I mean? Like when this game is my Hogwarts Legacy, or a Harry Potter's Hogwarts Legacy.
I just want a fun game like that I can play and just zone out, dude.
That's it.
If I could get a Transformer game that does as good as like a Path of Exile does for action RPGs, the same. You just let me have my fun, dude. Just let me have it.
I've been saying it since Destiny 1 came out. I said, you give me a Destiny, but Transformers, Marvel, or Star Wars, I'm going to be playing the shit out of that game.
Somebody somewhere has got to, it doesn't have to be called Battlefield, but they have got to just fucking buy the license to these fucking IPs and make a fucking game, dude. It's just it's so drawn out that there's so much IP out there. Do you understand the money factor if you did Transformers the right way? And I'm not talking about microtransactions, bro. I'm not talking about
Well, there's going to be a lot of
an
microtransactions
MMO.
in this game.
I'm just talking about players involved if the game is done well. It's just disheartening to have this
here's the thing.
Sitting here.
Warframe is a free-to-play game. Tons of content in there, right? And people buy the Warframes all the time. First Descendant just came out last year, or this year, I should say. People love playing First Descendant. It's not as big as just Destiny or whatnot, but people like the First Descendant.
And got that itch.
Right, it's got that itch, but that's an IP that nobody knows about, right? If you take what Warframe is, if you take what First Descendant is, but now you put an IP to it that people care about, that people know about, okay? Perfect example, Marvel Rivals, okay? Overwatch, huge game. Super popular, right? MLG, like esports galore, but nobody knew who those characters were, and it became a popular brand and an IP off of nobody, right? These are all generic characters that they put out, and it was a popular game because it was a fun game. Marvel Rivals comes out, okay, and it's Overwatch, third-person Overwatch with Marvels, and people are losing their minds because Marvel IP, okay? So if Transformers can come out and be the First Descendant, be the Warframe, exactly as is, but with an IP that people care about, that's a winning combination because you already know the backstory of the Transformers. You already know the history of Transformers. Now you just want to fucking play it and have fun.
Here's one for you. Like, these are the things that just keep popping in my head. Look at Black Myth Wukong. Look at the way it's done.
Beautiful.
The animation style, right? Imagine a game like that, but it's Thundercats.
Oh, bro. That would be insane.
Right? Now, of course.
Just because it's Thundercats.
But see, for some of us, it would be nostalgia. For other people, it'd be like, this is cool. These cat people, what's this? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
they don't know what the fuck that is. Right? Imagine having to battle Mum Ra as a boss battle. Right? Like, it to you, it would be a nostalgia game.
Right.
But the other people would be like, it would be like just looking at Black Myth Wukong back when we watched it the first time. Remember when we watched it, like, is that a monkey? Is he fighting a lion/tiger? A liger? What is he fighting with? It's got fur on it. Is it a bear? Like, we didn't even know what the hell he was fighting. Like, but the graphics looked so cool, and the movements and the fluidity of the weapon style. Like we didn't know what it was.
Right.
It just looked cool. Right. Same shit. There's way. Thank you, Brain. It would be.
Thundercats is a Souls game, yeah. Well, think about it. Helldivers, even though it's really popular right now, if you took an IP like a Halo, like a Star Wars of Clone Troopers, which they have a mod for, by the way.
Of course
they do. Same game. Same exact game, but with an IP that people know, it's a fucking home run. It's a home run.
So let's bloat up our studios. Let's copy pasta something that nobody likes. Let's put some agenda shit in there that no one likes, and let's try to sell it. And then piss everybody off, and then say, why didn't you buy our game? Like, there is way too much IP being destroyed, bro. You have this unbelievable backlog of types of games and genres that we love to play, and we have no problem playing and paying for, but they refuse to allow a game to develop on its own. They are trying desperately to make every game live service. Every game's got to be the same, because if we're going to spend $200 million, we got to make $1 billion. Like, that's the conversation they're having in the office. Like, I got this great idea, $1 billion idea. Yeah, Steve, what is it? Oh, we're going to do what they're doing and do it shittier.
Right.
We're going to do it shittier.
Let's do it shittier.
We're going to do it shittier. Hire more people, pay them less, and then put MTX, and it's going to be awesome. Like, that's your plan. Your plan is not to make the best game possible and show people that you care about the IP. That's not in the cards. Like, the card is, I got to do whatever I can because I got to buy another yacht, dude.
Well, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, Sarge, but Hasbro, okay?
It is Hasbro, bro. I want you to know it's Hasbro.
I'm going to call them that. Hasbro is making a G.I. Joe game, okay? They're making a G.I. Joe game And
is it Battlefield?
I don't know what type of game it is. All I know is
It's not Battlefield.
They're having problems.
Of course, they're having problems
They're having issues.
because they don't know what to do with GI Joe. It's hard, Mike.
It's
right?
amazing. It's amazing to me
Ready?
that
Ready?
you don't know what to do with GI Joe.
All right, here we go. Ready? I'm going to point to you. I want you to name 3 games that GI Joe can do in a specific genre. 3 different genres. Go.
I mean, you could do a Battlefield.
Yep.
You could do a Helldivers.
Yep.
I don't want to say. Well, you could even do a real time strategy game like a Marvel's Midnight Suns type of game, but with GI Joe.
Yep.
Right. There's 3 right there.
Don't forget the stealth game.
Oh yeah, you could do it. You could do like a
your Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow. Don't forget to do that.
Right. You could do like Sam Fisher, like Splinter Cell type of stuff.
Yeah, and a multiplayer game with hundreds of characters to pick from, with different abilities and a battlefield setting, that wouldn't make any money, right? That would be stupid.
Yeah, you need a GI Joe kart. You need a kart racer for GI Joe. You need a Dance Dance Revolution for GI Joe. You need like a
because the kids love it. They want to see Duke do the Trump shuffle in the Dance Revolution.
You also need like what they're doing for Lord of the Rings. You need a Tales of the Shire. You need that for GI Joe. GI Joe Farm Simulator. Right.
Like the idea from corporate world. This is what they do. They're like, oh, people love Lord of the Rings. You know what we should do? We should take Sam Gemwai's wife and make her go shopping.
Yeah, her story of
make
how
her go
she
shopping.
Got, how she made food for them before on their big adventure.
Make her go shopping at the Yankee Candle Trading Company and see if she can buy the right kind of candles for the right kind of meal she's gonna make. It'll be awesome. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why do you take an IP and just do the most idiotic shit possible to it? Like, and nobody cares about that.
Dude, you could take Assassin's Creed, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow,
made by anybody but Ubisoft. Made by anybody.
Like you could literally just tell the story of GI Joe, and you can have it where it's playable, where you play the story from G.I. Joe's perspective, and you play through the campaign, and then you play through Cobra's side of the campaign where you do their mission, right? Done.
You're making too much sense. Dude. Pull one of them negative stories out of your file. We can't talk about all this ridiculous.
I want to talk about this one. This one made me laugh. Krebsy pointed this out earlier in the stream, and I got to bring this up.
If it came from Krebsy, we're in trouble already.
Okay. This one made me laugh because I always make fun of Madden. Okay. This is how you know that these fucking people have lost their fucking mind. Okay. NFL owner used Madden ratings to make player decisions.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. This is like Moneyball. You ever watched Moneyball? About the Oakland A's?
Bro, this is an Onion article. Krebsy is trolling you.
No, this is a real article. This is coming from Insider. This is coming from a real article. Okay. In one of the strangest stories you'll hear, an NFL owner reportedly made team decisions based on player ratings in EA Sports Madden NFL. According to a new report, the Athletic, New York Jets owner Woody Johnson vetoed trades, and questioned potential free agent signings due to various ratings in the game. Okay, in one particular instance, Johnson nixed an off-season trade from a former Denver Broncos wide receiver because his Madden rating wasn't high enough. He ended up being traded to the Cleveland Browns instead. In his first season in Cleveland, he has put up 1,052 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. Okay. Another example was Johnson questioning the signing of a guard, Johnson Simpson. Report states that Johnson didn't like Simpson's awareness rating in the game, leading to pushback. Luckily for the Jets, general manager Joe Douglas signed Simpson, who has been one of the better players in the position this season. As far as Johnson is using Madden ratings to make real-life decisions, it stems from his sons, Jack and Brick, after they were included in meetings. Okay, so his sons that grew up playing Madden football started using Madden to give them like an insider's like information, right? So now they're using EA as a I don't know what's the an insider trader, right? To tell them what who's got ratings and whatnot.
You're talking about the made up number put into the video game. They're basing their trade based on that number,
based on their stats from the season before. Yeah, and their speed and all their other stuff. That's correct. Yeah.
The fuck is going on, bro? Has everybody has reality and dream world become one? What are we talking about? You are basing $1 million contracts on a number based in a video game? Are you fucking serious right now? That guy still has a job? Like, that coach still has got a job?
It's not a coach. That's the owner.
What?
That's the owner. The owner. The owner of the Jets. His sons were sitting in the meetings. They're part of the decision making. And
What?
they're looking at stats from Madden to tell them who they should pick or not pick. Good old.
This.
Why pay people to go out and find people with stats when you can just play Madden?
This just in, I found out that because I'm gonna say her name wrong.
Did you guys see the
WNBA star Caitlin? Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know that she quit the WNBA and went to the European League, right? You know about that part, right?
What? Wait. She quit.
She quit the WNBA.
Uh-huh.
And she joined the European League.
No. I think they play the European ball while they're waiting for the other season to start.
No. She quit because they just retired her jersey.
I'm sorry. She was a rookie.
She rookie year. She played one season and now they're retiring her jersey.
No, I don't believe that.
Yes.
I believe she's playing in the European League until the season starts.
Bro, you don't retire a jersey if you're coming back. That's not how that works. What the fuck is happening?
I gotta look that up.
What is the world doing?
I don't think that's correct.
She was the golden ticket to make to get the WNBA back into reality, and people were watching it, and it flushed it down the toilet. I don't understand what the fuck is happening.
Hold on a second.
They were doing more than fucking with her, Mo. They were legitimately trying to hack her and get her out of the game, dude. They were trying to injure her. That's what they were trying to do. That's why she
hold on.
She went away.
In recent weeks, speculation has run rampant that Clark might be heading to the European for WNBA offseason. Yeah, no.
31% of all the flagrant fouls were on her.
In recent weeks, speculation ramped up that Clark might be headed to Europe for a WNBA offseason. It's the offseason. She's going over there to play. She's not leaving the No, she signed a fucking ginormous deal to be on the team with the Fever. There's no way she's leaving after 1 year. No.
Okay.
No way. No.
Okay, I'm telling you.
Okay, misinformation concerning her potential signing with European clubs has circulated on social media platforms since the conclusion of the WNBA season. She has to at least finish out her contract, otherwise she'd be right.
She's got multiple contracts going on now. It's going to be fun time.
I mean, I follow sports, but I don't follow too. I don't think she's leaving the WNBA. Here, fact check. Is Caitlin Clark really leaving the WNBA? As the stage of claims that her leaving WNBA mere speculation. Yeah, it's not official. She's not playing anything yet. No, it's all fucking hearsay. Yeah, there's no way. She literally made more money for the WNBA.
They went from flying public planes to private planes. That's how good she is.
She made 80% of the revenue for the league.
Yes. Yeah,
she ain't going anywhere.
That would be like saying to Michael Jordan, "No, we don't need you."
Yeah, sorry, Mike. Yeah,
we're good.
Right. Yeah, Clark is she dominated, right? Like the only reason people were watching the WNBA,
that's correct,
was because of her.
Yes,
there's no way in hell the WNBA is letting her go to Europe. Okay, I'm sorry. They made more money this year than they've ever made in the WNBA. For the first time ever, right? They didn't have to subsidize the NBA money. They actually made money because of her. There's no way she's fucking leaving.
Right.
Yeah.
We're living in clown world, bro.
Iowa announces they will retire Caitlin Clark's number 20. Yeah, Iowa, not the Fever.
Okay.
Iowa's the college. Yeah, she's done with college. They're retiring her number. Yes.
Okay. So. Yeah. Did you also hear, and this is the best part, and I'm going to get her name wrong, so forgive me, the coach of the team that has her nemesis, what the fuck is her name? Oh my god, dude.
You're talking about the analyst that's on ESPN.
No, I'm talking about her nemesis, the one she's playing, the one she plays against.
Oh, the one that okay, the other girl that plays for I forget what the other team is.
Right. So
the Liberties, I think it is.
So it came out in the story that the coach was actually Reese. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate it. The coach of that team was giving Reese steroids in order for her to play better, in order to her to be noticed more against Caitlin Clark. It got found out that the coach was giving her steroids.
I have to look this up, Sarge. I can't trust you.
Right. Reese is being presented with a lifetime ban.
Hold on.
From college basketball because of it.
Okay.
And the coach who gave her the steroids
hold on.
is now gonna, bro.
This is also rumor. This is also rumor, and it's also rumor. Angel Reese fired by Chicago Sky for steroid use? 2024 reported that WNBA player Angel Reese was fired by the Chicago Sky because she was caught using steroids. It's unfound. That's not true either, right? Okay. So I'm just saying. I gotta fact check you because we don't really talk sports here. I follow sports, but
okay. I mean, it sounds ridiculous to even say it.
I mean, it could be true, right? It could be true, but look, Caitlin is not going anywhere. She literally let me look it up. How much money she made? I read the article like a couple weeks ago, right?
I didn't make this stuff up. I
didn't need a new segment. 30 sports from Sarge. Yeah, no, I know sports.
I didn't make this shit up.
I follow sports.
If I made this up, I'd be proud of myself if I came up with this entire storyline.
I'm upset at the Mets right now because they might not sign.
The article for me would be WNBA bitches be tripping. Like that would be the article I would write because everything here is just fucking crazy.
I'm upset at the Mets right now because Pete Alonso, who was homegrown,
their guys are going shit.
They might be letting him go. Okay,
the Yankees,
the stupidest thing ever, right? They need to fucking sign him. They just signed a guy for $765 million, and they're going to let one of the best first basemen just go.
Walk.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? He's in free agency.
Because they're money
give him money.
Bro. They're money balling it, bro. Everybody money balls it now.
Oh, fucking pissing me off. They're trying to compete with the Dodgers, and meanwhile, they're going to let one of the best first basemen go. Bitches be tripping. That's right.
That's the name of the article. You play female basketball, right?
I don't.
Nobody watches your
I
game.
Could.
No, look,
I'll just shave and say I identify as a woman.
Listen, follow the flow chart. You've been playing the WNBA for X number of years. Nobody watches your sport. You guys are driving around on buses to get to your games. There's no money in the league. The actual NBA is subsidizing the fact that you exist. Okay? Then a girl leaves college. She loves basketball so much that her college games are the highest attendance ever. She comes into the WNBA. She blows the roof off of every stadium she goes to. She breaks like over 30 records in her first rookie year. Instead of putting her on a pedestal, lifting her up and saying, "Hey, everybody, let's get behind the WNBA." Instead, they try to hack her, literally hack her, so she's injured and can't play anymore. Dismiss her. And push her out and then call racism. Like, I'm sorry, the white girl can play ball, but you don't want to make any money in the league? Bitches be tripping, bro.
So real quick.
Bitches be tripping.
I like to fact check myself here. Okay. She didn't make 80% of the money. She made 26.5%, which 80% of the money was for the whole league is 80. She made almost 1/3 of all the money.
That's correct.
For the WNBA.
Yeah, that's correct. They don't want her.
1/3 of the entire.
They don't want it. She's showing people up, bro. We can't have some scrawny white bitch who's got the highest point percentage ever showing other people up. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about. What the fuck are you talking about? You finally get to pay your own
sports ball with Sarge
without the NBA paying for it. I don't understand. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Let's get this thing back on the rails here. Sarge is going off the rails here, talking about Caitlin over here.
These are the stories that come up in my feeds, bro. This is the end of the year. This is the end of the year feed.
All right, let's go back. GameStop here. Let me bring this up. GameStop reportedly planning to close more stores. Sarge, we've been saying GameStop's been closing for years. We were wrong. We said 4 years ago that they should be closed down, but this is before the whole shorting GameStop and GameStop got bought out.
But you understand, it doesn't matter if they close. It doesn't matter if the whole store folds up into a little teeny box and goes into the fucking sixth dimension, right? They have $6 billion. The guy who owns GameStop can do whatever the fuck he wants. It doesn't matter.
Well, here's the thing. I went to GameStop this week, right? Because I was buying a video game for my nephew. Okay, so I went in there, and there was a kid in there, maybe 17. Okay, he was selling.
Was he vaping?
He was selling his PlayStation 4. Okay, selling his PlayStation 4. Okay, they were giving him $29 for his PlayStation 4. $29.
That's worse than college books, bro.
Okay. Why the fuck would you sell your console for $29? How hard up are you that you need to sell your console for $29?
Bro, at 17, you don't understand common sense of money.
Another thing is, if he sold the 2 games that he was hitting, one of the games was Madden, which was the last year's Madden, not this year's Madden, last year's Madden. Yeah. How much money do you think they gave him for Madden
last year?
Last year's Madden?
$1.
You're 90 cents over.
What do you mean I'm 10 cents?
10 fucking cents.
That's bullshit, bro.
How much do you think
shenanigans.
How much do you think they sell that one used on the shelf for?
Oh, 40?
$55. Can we just say GameStop's literally holding a gun to you and saying, "Yeah, we're robbing you. Give me your console, give me your games." Like, what are we talking about? Why in any world would you be like, "Yeah, I'll take that deal"?
Because
I'll give you $29.10 for your fucking game and console. You can't even buy half a game. You can't even buy one fucking microtransaction skin in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, but you guys don't remember how GameStop became the juggernaut that it was by doing exactly what is the college bookstore of video games. Right? I got a game. That's cool. It's $1. They take it from you. They wait till you walk out the door. They spin around. They put one of their stickers on it. It says 35, and they just throw it on the shelf. That's what they did. They did it for years. And by the way,
highway robbery.
You can get mad about GameStop all you want, but remember, the golden age of gaming happened when GameStop was everywhere. So all the developers were making plenty of money, even though GameStop was robbing everyone blind.
Well, Dolphin, if he got store credit for the console, cash, he would have got $29 for his system. Store credit, he would have got $60. Store credit. So he would have had $60.10. He could almost buy a game. He could almost buy one brand new fucking game. Right? Get out of here. Let me read the story here. GameStop continues closing stores in the near future, the company revealed in a recent regulatory filing. Those specifics of the cost-cutting measures haven't not yet been decided, but potential closures could surpass those GameStop has already carried out in recent history. Like many other video game retailers, GameStop brick-and-mortar operations began struggling with the rise of digital age. In response to declining sales, the company recently been trying to reimagine itself and diversify itself into the industry, ranging from NFTs to trading cards and gradings. Although none of this has bets have yet paid off for GameStop revenue and has been on the steady decline since 2014. The retailer's latest consolidation financial report did reveal that unexpected $17.4 million profit for quarter 3 of 2024. Plus, it's worth like $5 billion now, cash money, right? It's $8 billion cash money.
It doesn't matter if GameStop were a tractor trailer. And it jackknifed and went off a fucking cliff and exploded, nobody would care. They have so much money, cash reserves, it doesn't matter if the company goes on. All they're trying to do now is figure out what to do with the money. Right. Do you just walk away, or do we try to open up another business? Nobody wants 750 Spencer stores. Nobody cares. I don't care about the little figurines and your plushie dolls and your Pokemon eggs and whatever the fuck you got going on in that store now. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, right? I've been dollar cost averaging that stock since the hoopla from last year. I don't care. I'll walk away anytime. I got some stock in there just on purpose, just to see if it goes up and crazy. But I don't care anymore. I pulled out a year ago. Right? You have to ask yourself, what is the owner doing with the money? He's not going to make any more money in this business.
Right.
Right? The only reason, and I'm not giving any financial advice, I just want people to pay attention. The only reason why the stock goes up for GameStop, and I'm being 100%
It's because of
honest with you,
shorters.
is because there's so many people shorting GameStop.
Right.
Right? That if it affects the price, right? So if by some small margin, right, that he makes it possible for the stock to actually go up because of a business venture, right? The stock price is going to explode, not because it's a good idea, not because he made a good business decision, but because the people who shorted it now have to go back and buy the stock out before the price gets too high, right? If you short a stock, I'll give it to you straight. If you short a stock at $30, right, and the stock is sitting around 29 or 31, somewhere in there, right? If it goes up, you have to buy back the stock. You're obligated.
Right. You're obligated to buy.
You're obligated. So what happens when all these crazy motherfuckers have to go buy the stock that they have to owe, right? All those guys that have to buy make the price go up. And the guys who are shorting now have to keep buying into the stock because the price, because now they're going to panic. The stock might go to like $300 or $400 again because they have to buy the stock.
Right.
Right. That's what the whole court case was all about, is the shorting of invisible shares.
What I think GameStop should do, if they're going to stay around, is they should basically turn them into a game. They got to turn it into basically an arcade, right? And what I mean by this
You're not
is,
gonna do that.
no, listen, because of digital sales, they can't make money off the digital sales.
That's correct.
But
GameStop is done.
No, but they can make money on selling time for people to come in and play games on the Game Pass on a service where it's just there.
What are you talking about? I'm
You just come to hang
with
out.
my console in my pocket.
No. What I'm
What
saying,
are you talking about?
you have to make GameStop a area of where people come, like kids come hang out, like a comic book shop or a place where they just want to hang out after school, right? Instead of going somewhere else, have them come to GameStop, and you have to make GameStop into a hangout spot, not just a used GameStop.
So G Fuel, vape pens.
You
And
gotta do
arcade
something.
cabinets and our arcade cabinets with Xbox games and PlayStation games
You have
inside them.
you have to revision what the model is, right? If you want to place, because right now you walk into a GameStop, they're selling T-shirts, they're selling bobbleheads, they're selling fucking. It looks like a Spencer's goods, Spencer's store.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
Nobody wants that.
Right. People are buying retro games, but they're not buying retro games because the retro games cost $250 for an old game or whatnot, right? So they have to make GameStop a place where kids are like, oh, dude, let's go to GameStop. Let's go play some games or whatever, right? Rent time to be in that area, and then you just play games.
I don't see it happening, bro.
I understand that. What I'm saying is there's no other thing they can do as GameStop, right? You're not gonna be like, hey, let's go to GameStop to buy some T-shirts. Like, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna make you $1 million. Okay, that's not gonna make you $1 billion. You have to have something where people are coming and going, hey, this is a cool place to hang out, right? Buy snacks, buy things. It's an internet cafe. They have to turn GameStop into a place where people come and play, hang out with their games, and play co-op games, play multiplayer games, play like tournaments or whatever. Something has to happen. Otherwise, GameStop might as well just close the doors.
But we said this before. The whole episode that happened, all it did was slow down the bleed. That's all it did. It's just slowly bleeding, right?
Sure.
You're going to get the end of the quarter numbers coming up very soon, right? Which side of the fence do you think you want to be on? Do you think GameStop's making a killing? Do you believe that? Or do you believe that the profits are going down year by year?
See, you guys are saying that the internet cafe has come and gone. In the United States right now, there is no internet cafe type places, right? But overseas, in China, Korea, Europe, they're all over the place, right? You can't just be like, GameStop's now an internet cafe. No, you have to change the business model of GameStop, right? You have to change what it is. Sort of like McDonald's, they made McCafe, right? Like, they're not just a fast food place anymore. They're a coffee place like Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I'm saying?
I think the reason why everybody's shorted the stock so badly the way it is because they know it's going to close down, and so everybody who's buying these stocks or shorting them at $30 a pop, that means when it goes down, you're getting $30 a share. That's how it works. When a company closes out, whatever the share price was when you first bought into it, that's what it is. So if I buy in at $30 and it goes down to zero, it's $30 a share.
If I was,
it's what it is.
I don't know if they have franchises or whatnot. If I was a person that owned a GameStop, I would turn it into a place and have tournaments and have different like
a social center.
Yes, like so. My local comic book shop, what they do every Saturday, they have like little events, right? They have like a little slot car races that go on Monday nights.
It sounds like the beginning of a teen club without music. Like I don't
whatever you want to call it. What I'm saying is, comic book shops have events. People come in, they sign they sign the comics. There's something there to be like, oh, new comics coming out. The guy who makes the comics going to be there and sign it. You got to do something along that. You have to look at GameStop now as a comic book shop, but for games, right? You can get new games, old games, and since all games are going digital, they can't sell new games. They have to sell old games.
Old games.
So the only way to get people to come in to play new games is to have cabinets or have consoles that are on Game Pass. Like, for instance, my son doesn't have Game Pass, but I have Game Pass. So if I owned GameStop, I would pay for Game Pass Ultimate, right? I would have 10 boxes of Xbox consoles that I'm paying for per month to have Ultimate. But anyone can come in and they can just play those games on that system. They can try a game out. They can see whatever. Come and hang out with their friends as they're playing multiplayer games, have tournaments, have a bunch of different things. Otherwise, just close the shop because GameStop is now just a really expensive mom and pop retro store. Do you see what I'm saying?
This is why they're so volatile. Why everyone's so crazy, because there's so many people invested for it to fail. If they find a way to make money and people believe in the actual company again, and the stock starts going back up, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show.
They got to be. I don't know. They have a long way to go before they can do anything. Look, by all possibilities, this thing shouldn't be alive still. Like the thing should have closed 5 years ago.
That's correct.
It should have closed 5 years ago.
That's correct.
It was held alive because of people shorting the fucking stock, and now it's a profitable company. It's $8 billion profit, cash money.
But just cash.
Yeah, cash money.
Not actual revenue profits.
No, cash. And now he's trying to figure out what they could do. Basically, if just GameStop takes all the money they have and invests in a different company, GameStop survives.
What will happen is if GameStop finds a way to invest that money into a better business model that people believe in, right? There's going to be a stock price jump that you won't even. It's going to blow. It'll look exactly like it did back in 21.
Right. It'll be like
for no reason at all.
$400. Yeah.
Right. For no reason at all. Goes to $300 for no reason because people have to get out of the position that they're in, not because the company's doing well. That's why everyone's gambling. It's literally gambling on GameStop because we want to see. It is because we want to see. They want to see if the guarantee right now 70-30 from what everyone keeps talking about in the financial world is it goes under because they got nothing else. He'll just take his money and go someplace else, close down GameStop and go someplace else. In which case, all the people that have been shorting it, windfall for them, and they move on, right? But if he finds a way to invest into something else, and he gets a backing, it'd be pandemonium.
Yeah. Real quick, we have a Vogoda moment tonight. We have
who's dead?
We have
good games. Vogoded.
Yeah, we have. Hold on, I gotta find it. Where is it?
I don't know, Krebsy. What are you supposed to do with GameStop? Think about it. As a kid, ask your kids right now. Would they go hang out at some place to play arcade games, an Xbox or PlayStation, in a room with other people? Like, would they go there? Like, I don't think any of these young kids want to hang out with anybody they don't know.
First of all, Krebsy doesn't have kids, so he's not asking them anything.
I'm not asking about his kids. I'm just asking about kids in general. Do you think kids want to hang out with people they don't know in a social? I don't think they do. I think they all get together in their own little cliques. That's where they want to be.
All right, so We played this game, Sarge. Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance is shutting down. Okay. Do you remember this game?
I don't remember what the fuck it is. What is it?
This is that where it was a 4-player co-op game where
When?
you would like 2 years ago. Was it 2022? Yeah, it was 2022, I think, when it came out.
Dark Alliance.
2021. Okay.
So during the coof.
Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance is coming to an end on February 2025. The D&D title struggled to gain a solid footing after 2021 release, and even after the series updated fixes some of the game's most pressing issues. It seems these fixes were not enough because they fixed it after the fact. The game came out broke, buggy, unfinished. It took them too long to fix the actual thing. So it's shutting the servers down early next year. So while D&D franchise has been remarkable success over the years, the popularity has always been translated well into the ventures. A buggy release and dull gameplay of Dark Alliance, one of 2021's most disappointing games. Though the developer was quick to respond to the feedback, still, while other D&D titles like Baldur's Gate 3 captivate the players, Dark Alliance never had fully recovered from the lackluster launch, right? First impressions or fucking anything.
You wanted it to be a live service game. Nobody cares. Make a game, play a game, finish a game, move on. You didn't want that. You wanted a live service game and you fucking failed. End of fucking story.
Yeah, it came out and it was very buggy. So
I don't even remember what it looked like. You got footage?
yeah, I can bring up footage for you. Hold on one second.
I don't even remember what the fucking game was. It was
Hey,
multiplayer?
Yeah, it was co-op. Co-op. I think it was even cross-play, if I'm not mistaken.
Like a Diablo style? Like
No.
action
It was,
RPG type of thing?
it's like the other one you play, like was it Vanguard or whatever it was that you played?
Vanguard.
Here, it was
Wasn't turn-based, right?
no, it was live action, like action based. Here. Where is it?
I don't remember this game, dude.
This game. We played it. We enjoyed it, but it was just unpolished.
I played this?
Yes, I have. Well, I had. I don't have footage anymore. It was on the old channel. Yeah, we played this. I think you played. I think you played a ranger, like a bow, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember this game.
Well, it's okay, Sarge, because do you know why?
A lot of games.
No, it's been vogoted.
I don't remember the game at all, bro. Like went out drinking one night, played a bunch of games, and then woke up the next day and didn't remember it at all.
We played it like two nights, I think. We played it multiple times. I would show you footage, but the channel's completely. I deleted everything from it.
I made space for other shit. I don't remember that game at all.
Vermintide. That's it. Yeah, it's Vermintide, but D&D. Yeah, it's like Warhammer, but D&D. Yeah.
I don't remember that game, dude.
Yeah, it's been concorded. Yeah, I promise. Next year, the Abe Vigoda will look different, and it'll have Concord elements based in there.
It'll be a picture of a Concord crashing into the ground. You gotta put.
Oh no! We're using the box cover of Concord. There's no game has failed faster or harder than Concord.
Well, I figured we could put the picture of a Concord, the box art of the Concord game, and then Flood of the Concord band.
Okay, it's been Concorded. All right, I can.
Yeah,
we can work on something. We'll work on something there. Okay. All right. It's 10 o'clock. We're gonna go to Q&A. If you guys have any questions, put them in now. It's time for. It's the last Q&A, Sarge, of 2024. So if you have a question, put it into chat.
I have a question. What am I doing?
All right, our first question.
I have so much Christmas shit to do right now. I can't even get my brain wrapped around it.
I think I'm almost done. I think we're almost done. I got to get you one more thing.
I don't know what to get Franco's kids. They're too big, and I don't know what to get them.
One wants gift cards.
To what?
Xbox, probably. And the other one could probably use V-Bucks.
V-Bucks? I'm giving out V-Bucks. V-Bucks is a fucking Christmas present.
I mean, you don't have to. You can give them a gift card from Microsoft, and they can go buy the V-Bucks with that. Krebsy says, how much longer do you think we'll see the effects of SAG-AFTRA because it's finally starting to impact COD and League of Legends? Okay, so when the actual strike happened, I said we weren't going to see it for like 6 to 8 months, and it'll probably last 5 months total, like after that. So the reason that there's a show that just came out recently, they dropped. Oh, Karate Kid. So the new Cobra.
Did you see the trailer for the new Karate Kid movie?
I did. The new Cobra Kai show is dropping 3 parts, right? 5, 5, and 5. And the reason they're doing that is because of the strike that went on. Okay. And other things are happening as well. So because of the strike that happened months ago, we're now starting to see the effects now for what's happening and recasting voices and whatnot. And it will affect other companies down the road as well, just because that's what it is. So I would say anything that's being made right now within this time frame, that's it'll affect from like now till like 5 to 6 more months to like summertime, if nothing else happens, and then they'll be fine. But yeah, it usually takes a while. And plus everything that's happening now. So if like you're in that process of making the game with voice actors or whatnot, you're going to be affected. So I would say within the next 5 to 6 months, it'll be clear. Next question. Dolphin says, has trailers for games/movies became less interesting for you? I remember being so hyped as a kid and counting down releases, not anymore. You want to answer this first, Sarge?
Well, it's a culmination of things, Dolphin, right? If the games came out finished and they worked, then you'd be hyped up to the point where the game was released, and then you got your endorphin release of the game being awesome and you played it, right? You're hyped for a game now. You watch the trailer, you're hyped, and then time and time again, the game comes out broken, buggy, unfinished, and you have to wait 6 months to 18 months before the game's fixed. So the lead in now is a trailer for a game that you're interested in, but the payoff is always broken, unfinished. So after 3 or 4 years of this, you don't care about the trailer anymore. Like I don't care about the trailer anymore. Like I don't care. You tell me the game's coming out, that's great. I guess I'll eventually see whatever you're working on, but I'm not hyped for it anymore because too many times you're not showing me the actual product. It's just broke. You show me a date and it's broke.
I'm a little different. So game trailer, like the Exodus trailer that just came out, the one that looks like Mass Effect, I'm excited for that. Didn't know it was coming out. Saw it and went, that looks pretty fucking good. I'm interested. All right. It showed me enough. I don't want to know anymore. Okay. But I'm more excited about Transformers, that clip that we just showed of 4-year-old gameplay footage, than I am of a trailer of the actual thing, right? So because I'm a Transformers fan, I'm excited to see gameplay of a game, but obviously we don't know if that's going to be a thing, okay? But I'm more excited about that than I am about a trailer. Now, when it comes to movies, I'm a huge movie guy, right? I'm starting to get back into going to theaters and whatnot again, not because of COVID, but just my kid's old enough now. We get to go to movies again without, when he was an infant and stuff like that years ago. We stopped going to the theater. So now that he's old enough and he's interested and he wants to go to movies, like go see Sonic and go see other things. When I see a movie trailer, like we watched the Superman trailer today, okay, and I'm excited about it, but I'm disappointed because they show too much. Right? I want something left to the imagination. So for video games, I need to see gameplay. For movies, I just need to see just a little bit of the thing. I don't want to see the whole fucking plot in the film. I don't want to see the best parts of the movie in the film. So that's a little difference between games and movies. I don't really get excited much about anything anymore because I'm 46 and you kind of seen everything. So,
well, it's because they won't try anything new.
Yeah, and plus I'm a little skewed for movies because I worked in the industry. So, there's a part in the trailer. I didn't bring it up when we were talking about it, but it made me laugh because there's a part in the Superman trailer where someone throws a can and it hits him in the back of the head, and Superman flinches. And I have 2 questions. Right? Did he lose his powers and he can feel the can that hit him in the back of the head, or did James Gunn fuck up big time? Okay, those are my questions. I know my people might think I'm nitpicking here, but That literally what comes to mind, right? Because he could take bullets to the fucking face and he wouldn't feel the fucking thing. So would he feel a tin can hit him on the back of the head? No, he would not. So he actually flinched. So as the actor, he shouldn't have flinched, and maybe they left it in and it was a mistake, or he actually loses his powers and then he actually feel the can hitting him in the back of the head. But, whatever. Okay, so I know people look at that and be like, is he fucking serious? I am. Next question is, what is your opinion on, what's that speech Sven, CEO of Larian, gave the Game Awards, and would you add anything? No, I liked his what he ended up last week when we watched it. I mean, I think it's funny because
I think he did exactly what he should have did.
Yeah, I think he says what everyone's thinking. He's just saying it out loud, and I think they needed to hear that. And I don't think I would add anything. I think he said.
I think he was talking to the AA and single A companies and not the AAA, because the AAA already know what they've done. I think he's letting the other guys know that.
AAA is gone too.
Their time.
They're gone. Right. There's no hope for the AAA companies because it's the little guys and the AA guys that
they're trapped in their
their
mindset that they can't do anything else. I think what he said was spot on.
Yeah.
Right. He wanted to say that last year, but he got cut off. So he made a joke out of it this year to make it.
Yeah, they didn't give him time to speak last year.
No, but what I'm saying is he did it as a joke, as a jest, but at the same time it's serious.
Right.
It's like he's saying that you made it a joke. It's not a joke. This is what's actually going on. And you guys need to think about what you're doing, because it's nonsense what you're doing. It's basically what it comes down to. And the more these companies come out with games and prove them wrong, like Path of Exile 2 and Baldur's Gate 3, you keep coming out with games like this and proving the industry wrong. Let the game speak. Let the game speak, right? And then let these guys fail. I know everyone gets mad at me when I say
give
this.
Them, you don't want rope to hang themselves.
Right. You don't want to get people. You don't want people to get fired. You don't want to get like. This is the way things work. If you have great workers working for your company, but you have shitty management, the only way to get rid of shitty management is the company has to collapse and rebuild again. Those people in management have to go away. The only way they go away is if they fail.
Right.
Right? That's the only way they go away. So you have to stop buying shit so the company can fail, and so that those employees can go someplace else, like a Larian, where they're actually appreciated as a developer.
Yeah.
You have to let shit move. You have to.
I
don't want people to get fired, but they got to go.
I mean, first impressions are everything, and if the game sucks or the game is bad or incomplete, vote with your wallet. Don't pay for it. Companies will go under and they'll start learning. Yep.
And don't let them drag out for 3-4 years or thinking about releasing 3 more games. Just fucking cut the head off the chicken and kill them and let them restart. Shareholders want to make money. CEOs want to make money. If your narrative or your bullshit that you keep making is turning people off, you're ruining your fucking business. If you're not going to turn the car around, then I don't know what the fuck's going on in your company, but I want nothing to do with it. If your job is to do a narrative as opposed to make money for the company, I want nothing to do with your company. Zero. I want to see your company burn to the ground immediately, and I want to see somebody else come up and sell the product that they want to sell.
Yeah.
You selling peaches? Best peaches. You selling cars? Great cars. You selling a video game? A fucking good video game that's complete and works when I fucking buy it. Period. Yep. That's it.
Next question, Krebsy says, with Bungie's $200 million lawsuit, do you think they go to court or settle, and for how much? Also, did Pete Parson get any cars? He did not get any new cars for this, but I can play the song if you really want to.
I want to hear the song anyway. It's the end of the last show of the year.
We'll do that in a second. As far as the lawsuit goes, I don't know. It could go two ways, Krebsy. I think it could get messy, and it goes the distance.
They're looking for money, bro.
Or they just settle.
Bungie's looking for money, bro.
No. Bungie's not suing. Their employee that they fired is suing them for $200 million. Bungie's not looking for money. Bungie's looking to get out of here without losing any money.
Trust me, they're looking for money.
How are they getting money?
Wait for the web to weave. Wait for what they do. Wait.
Barrett is suing because they fired him under accusations.
No, I know. But there's always something else in the back going on.
They'll probably settle for like 10 mil, not 200 mil.
But you won't hear about it.
No, they'll just say it's settle, undisclosed amount. That's all they'll say.
You won't.
Or it could get really messy. And then if it goes to trial, then they start digging into things, and that's when you start seeing other stuff come out about.
I want to see it go to court because I want to see discovery. That's my point. I don't want them to settle. I want to see discovery.
Right, you want to see discovery. Right. Let's see here. Next one is Altern says, since the Game Awards has passed, which of the trailers that they showed were surprised for you and piqued your interest?
Ninja Gaiden.
I said this last week.
Side scroller, just for shits and giggles. I thought it was awesome because it brings back memories of old Ninja Gaiden.
The best trailer I saw wasn't even at the Game Awards, and that was Exodus. They didn't even show that at the Game Awards. At the Game Awards, I wrote it down. And the 4 that interested me were Split Fiction, Steel Hunters, Borderlands 4, and Project Central. That was it. And I wasn't expecting anything except Borderlands 4. And I wasn't blown away. I wasn't blown away at all. Krebsy says, what do you hope happens in 2025? Video game wise, I hope that we get more games like Helldivers, more games like Indiana Jones, more games like Marvel Rivals. And what I mean by all this, games that are complete and fun. I'm tired of things like Skull and Bones. I'm tired of games that come out broke, buggy, and unfinished. I want more games that are just fun and complete. So I hope 2025 is the last year of shit things that are coming out like Concord and Veilguard and all these other things that have come out. I should take Veilguard back. Veilguard was actually... it ran well. It was a complete game. Just people didn't like the story. So I'll remove that from my statement. Okay. But games that came out that were just busted need to go of the dodo, right? They need to be Vagoded or Concorded.
I just want to see the end of the DEI subsidiaries. I want to see these companies that are receiving money to do the narrative that they're doing to influence games instead of just making a game. I want to see that money dry up. I'm done listening to these people. I don't care anymore. I don't care what your narrative is. I don't give a shit, right? You can't switch teams. It's not Magical World. Every other person on the planet is not bisexual. It's not the way it fucking works. I don't fucking care. I want a video game that works, and I just want it to be fun. That's it. I want to see the end of this DEI shit. I'm done with it. Done.
Todd the Gator says, what game do you think should have gotten Game of the Year, and did the Game Awards get it right with Astrobot?
Get it right? No.
You don't think so?
Because we judge games based on what? What is the metric what is the metric that we are judging these games off of?
Well, who pays the biggest price?
Right? But this is why I say that there's an action there's one for each of the major categories. There's 5 games in each of those categories, right? In a genre, right? Action RPG, driving, whatever else. And the top winners of those categories go into the Game of the Year, right? Because those are the best of those are the best of their category. And then you take all the categories and who did the best? Who did the best in their category? That's Game of the Year. That's how it's supposed to be. Right?
I thought it was.
You think Astrobot did it?
I think I even said it on the show live. I said Metaphor. I thought was going to win it, and I was. I
would agree. I would agree with that.
I was thinking that because they were winning every category that they were in, right? But so was Astrobot, right? So I don't know if they got it right, but I'll say this, Todd. I do think that any game that was nominated except the DLC could have won. And I would be okay with it because they all were nominated for Game of the Year. So at any moment, any of those games could win. Should they win? I have no dog in the race because I didn't play any of them. I didn't play any of the Game of the Year's contenders. But to me, the award show is a joke anyway. This particular award show is more for the ads than it is for the things. But as far as the awards go, I was okay with anyone winning. Balatro could have won. I would have been fine with it. Anything that gets nominated, I think, is a win. So if you're nominated in any category, I think that's a win already for the game because they're going to make more money, sales, and everything like that just because they're nominated.
That's right.
So, Travis says, Sarge, but what's your personal favorite game this year? Also, what's your biggest disappointment? Does that have to be new, or is it just a game that he played during this time?
Disappointment would be First Descendant.
Why was that a disappointment, though?
Because they were trying to copy Destiny, and it didn't really work out for me. I don't. I was expecting something a little different. But,
all right. Well, let me ask you this: if First Descendant came out and Destiny never existed, and First Descendant came out, do you think it would be a disappointment? Because you're comparing it to Destiny.
Because it's what it is.
I understand that. So if there was no Destiny, do you think it would be a disappointment?
It's a loaded question. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm going to get rid of a game that's been around for 10 years that defined an entire generation of people, and you want me to compare it to just a game?
Well, what I'm asking is because of Destiny was such a influence on you.
It was because it was new. It was
Correct.
Something different.
But you're comparing it. So you're comparing this game to that game where it's not a 1-to-1. They're just taking elements of it and putting it in there.
Yeah.
But because it's not, this is the same thing of people want Marvel Rivals to be Overwatch, but it's not. Right? So First Descendant is not Destiny, but it's its own.
But it is.
Sure. Any MMO is MMO of the other one that, you know.
Right. Do you just do the MMO better?
Right.
Is the combat system better in this MMO? Is the weapon upgrades in this MMO better? Like, that's how everyone judges everything. You can't say that if Destiny never existed, would I feel better about First Descendant? First Descendant is a fun game, but I expect you that if you're going to follow somebody's trend who did what they did over the last 10 years, I expect you to do what they're doing, but do something better. Do something better. First Descendant didn't do anything better. It's just you're doing this just with your characters.
All right. Travis asked.
The first one was my favorite game of the year.
Yeah, what was your favorite?
The favorite game of the year? I still have to go with Helldivers. I think it's just a blast.
Travis also asked, do you think we see any superhero games in 2025? Well, yeah.
Isn't there 3 slated? There's 3 slated.
I think. Well, I don't know if they're coming out.
Is Wolverine coming out?
Well, we don't know about Wolverine. We don't know about. These are not hard dates, right? We have Wolverine. We have Wonder Woman. We have 1943 with Winter Soldier. We do know there's an Iron Man game supposedly coming out. We know there's another Black Panther game coming out. Is there a
the question is, when do you release them?
Yeah, I don't know if we get one in 2025.
Think about this year coming up. When do you release your superhero game? When does it come out? Because if we know the dates of these other games that are supposed to come out for real, like we know what games are coming out this year because they said they're coming out this year, tentatively, of course.
I'm going to say maybe we don't get a superhero game, Travis. Maybe we just get the DLCs and stuff for the new heroes from Marvel Rivals. That's it. That covers up the basis of it. I don't know. Because all the games I named, we don't know any dates for any of those if they come out this year or not. Maybe 1943 squeaks in. Because I think Wolverine's still a year out. I think it comes out in 2026. Wonder Woman, we have no idea what's happening with that.
I don't feel good about Wonder Woman at all.
Yeah.
I think Wonder Woman is one of those games that's going to be delayed until it gets canceled because they don't know what to do with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's too hard to figure out what Wonder Woman does.
Dupla says, did you hear about the Supreme Court of Ohio ruling that boneless chicken wings can legally still have bones in them?
Oh, somebody must have chipped a tooth and sued. Otherwise, that wouldn't even be a story.
I mean, I guess that is a question that you've asked. No, I did not know that.
Nope, didn't hear about it, but plausible all the way.
And then the last question is, Travis says, along with the failing, do we need to go back to laughing in the face of someone that's stupid, like these idiots complaining about the Ciri being a protagonist of The Witcher? No, I don't.
Along with failing.
I don't think, like, I talked about this earlier, Travis. I don't think you were in the morning stream. People that are complaining about Intergalactic or complaining about Siri with Witcher 4, I don't really have an opinion about the game if it's going to be woke or not, because I know nothing of the game, right? You saw the exact same thing I saw. You saw a trailer, basically a CGI trailer of these two games that people are saying it's woke or not woke or whatever it is, and we know nothing about the game itself, okay? If it was a movie, maybe you could say these things because that's it, it's the movie. But with the video game itself, you play the video game, and we know nothing of what the game looks like or what it's going to be, if it's going to be a small little section of that part of the thing. We know nothing, literally nothing of the game. So for people to get upset, look, they're gonna make the content they want to make, and they can believe what they want because that's what they believe, and they might be 100% correct in their outlook of what the game is going to be. I don't think that makes them idiots or stupid. I think they could say what they want to say. It's the beautiful thing, and when they say it and then it comes true, then you can look at them and they could look at you and go, "See, I told you so." But if it doesn't come out, they just go, "I was wrong." Right? As long as they do those two things when it comes out, and if it is woke, they go, "See, I told you so." And if it comes out and it's not woke, and they go, "I was wrong about it," then that's all you need to do, right? They can make the content they want to make. They're not idiots because they're saying it. They're just doing it because that's how they make money. That's writers write articles, YouTubers make the content. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think Siri is a big issue. If you think about the Witcher universe over the years of what they've been doing, Yennefer has already been pretty much in there.
Yeah,
so
but
they didn't want to follow Yennefer yet again.
Well, the problem is there's not supposed to be women Witchers because they can't digest the potions and whatnot, what they do, right?
We're not allowed to talk about lore, bro. Because guys who make these kind of games don't care about lore. They only care about the narrative. So I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'm going to just talk about the character they picked, right? I don't think it's a bad thing that they picked Ciri. It's a natural progression in the cast of where the Witcher's been going. So they had to go to somebody else, right? And so they have to be different. So they're going to go with the female Witcher, even though it goes against all the kind of lore. And so once again, you will see if the developers make a game good enough that makes you want to play that game as much as you played the Witcher series prior.
Right.
That's all we can say, right? I'm not going to talk about the narrative about the game yet because we don't know.
We don't know that.
We don't know if they put the woke shit in there or not. We don't know yet.
We know nothing.
All we know is they want to do a female protagonist. Great. You don't care about the law? Awesome. So if you don't care about the game's soul and you want to do whatever it is that you want, sure, let's see what you're going to do with it, and then we're going to judge you based on that. Right. That's it. I don't. New leaf, new year, right? I no longer care about release dates. I care about the game speaking for itself, right? When your game comes out, I'm going to watch all the guys play it first. If it is finished at that point, then I will go buy the game. I will no longer pay day one for any game ever again, right? You got to sell me your product.
Right.
Sell me.
Here's the thing. Witcher 4, they showed a trailer. We're still 3 years away from that fucking game.
At least.
Minimum, right? Intergalactic, they showed nothing. We're 2 years minimum away from that fucking new IP, right? The reason they're showing these things is because they're looking to get other developers to come in to help them make their game, okay? They're looking for money. They're looking for a bunch of different things. And even when Witcher 4 decides to come out, let me tell you something. It's on the skid mark that's on their underwear, okay, which is Cyberpunk 2077, okay, where they said it wasn't going to come out broke, buggy, and unfinished like those other guys making fun of Bethesda with Fallout 76, and then they released Cyberpunk 2077 in the state that they did, and they fixed it over 3 years. So for me personally, I ain't touching The Witcher 4 until they show me that game is complete when it comes out on day one. Yeah, that's it.
There's absolutely zero reasons to give any of these companies early money or day one money. Absolutely zero, right? From this day forth, I will never lay down money and buy any product until I find out what that thing is and how it plays. Just not gonna. Well, right? I want them to sweat.
before we even get to the part if it's woke or not, I got to make sure it works or not.
Yep.
Okay. If it works, great, check. Now we could either pay or buy or not. Okay, and then when we buy it, we're like, well, how is it? Is it good? Is the story good? It's got stuff in it that I don't really want to play against? You know.
I think we've reached the point now where some studio can come up with a Scooby-Doo game, make it like a murder mystery thing, and you can be the characters. I think that game would actually. I actually think that game would sell in this market, in this climate right now. I think a Scooby-Doo game would work out well, and you can make it multiplayer. It'd be fantastic. But that's where we are right now. We'll try anything because that's how damaged the brands are.
Yeah. So, all right, that is going to do it for episode 422 is in the can. We do appreciate you very much. Season 10 is in the can. 2024 is in the can. We do appreciate you very much. We'll be back on January 2nd for season 11, episode 423. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do appreciate you very much for coming out and hanging out with us. You can also listen to us or watch us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Anchor.fm. You guys have a great Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll take you out with this Pete Parson song here. Let me see if I can find it.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a safe holiday season. See you guys back on January.
Yeah, we'll see you on January 2nd. All right. Let me put the Pete Parson Carson thing up.
From Teslas to old school rides galore, still working at Bungee Buddies out for more. Pete Parson Carson in a car buying spree, but destiny's calling, he's gotta be free. Oh, Pete Parson Carson rolling down the road, the car's stacking high, but he still ain't go mode. Go Pete, go, save some for Bungee. From Teslas to old school rides galore, still working at Bungee Buddies out for more. Pete Parson Carson in a car buying spree, but destiny's calling, he's gotta be free. Oh, Pete Parson Carson rolling down the road, the car's stacking high, but he still ain't go mode. Go Pete, go, let's save some room for Bungee.
They're two brothers and gamers that have been playing games since the early 1980s. Combined, they have over 65 years experience. Join them each week as they discuss and rant about gaming and entertainment news. This is Generation X Gaming.